Talking true crime with MJ. Cases on the screen, yeah, we mainstay. Breaking down facts, every frame way. City in a voice, every word blade. They throw dirt, plot in a group chat, smile in her face. Same ones who do that. Think she soft cause she cute, let them think that. Till they see how she moved and they fall back. Men locked and can't miss one show. Refresh page when the upload go. Women watch too, tryna study her glow. Some take notes of the ones throw stones. Combos with MJ, tap and stay live. Hit like hit share, yeah, help her rise. They hate, they plot, but she built from fire. Click sub on a page if you feel that vibe. Hey. Combos with MJ, true cut like steel. Stream run deep, cause the pain's so real. They talk, but they can't break will. So like and subscribe if you know that feel. You count climb, that's the proof right there. Can't dim shine when the grind is rare. Self-made queen in a swivel back chair. Whole new world in a ring light glare. She stack funds, every post, every ad. Turning dark stories to a big brown bag. Knows the law, knows rights, never move sad. If you cross lines, then it's up, that's bad. Men obsessed, blowing up her DMs. I love you, marry me, she just skims. Women envy, wanna walk in her Timbs, but she stay or never trade for them. Convos with MJ, tap and stay live. Hit like hit share, yeah, help her rise. They hate, they plot, but she built from fire. Click sub on a page if you feel that vibe. Convos with MJ, true cut like steel. Stream run deep, cause the pain's so real. They talk, but they can't break will. So like and subscribe if you know that feel. All that gossip, all that noise. Can't shake poise, can't steal voice. Can't stay clean, mind stay sharp. Heart stay strong in the deepest dark. Convos with MJ, tap and stay live. Hit like hit share, yeah, help her rise. They hate, they plot, but she built from fire. Click sub on a page if you feel that vibe. Convos with MJ, true cut like steel. Stream run deep, cause the pain's so real. They talk, but they can't break will. So like and subscribe, let the fam all build.
Hello everyone, I am back. Welcome back to the channel. How you doing? Good folks of the algorithm. I hope you're having a great weekend. It's been cold, blizzardy, super snowy up here. Like I swear, I feel like my age is catching up with me. I had to shovel like 5 times. I was like, oh my God, pimp down. I might need an ambulance, but it was all good. We made it through. Today was a lovely day, 50 degrees, even though where I'm at, I have nothing but snow and ice all around, but we was outside. It was 50 degrees. We had to enjoy the sun and the decent weather while we have it. And I just want to say shout out to all the early birds that catches the worm who came in early. Let's see. We're going to say hi to Miss Jaylee. How you doing? Que lo que, mommy? It's good to see you. And then we also have Turkey. How are you, sir? Happy Saturday. I hope everything is well with you and your family. Then we have Ricardo. How are you, Ricardo? It's good to see you. Happy Saturday to you. We have Elite Bell. Thank you so much, sis, for coming. Truly appreciate it. Shout out to you. Hope you're having a great Saturday. And let's see who else we have. Sweetheart, how are you, darling? It's good to see you. Shout out to you. Happy Saturday. Thank you for being here. Thank you. And who else? Let's see. Nathaniel, this is like the second time you came over here asking me about the snow bunnies. The snow bunnies are not here. When they come, they'll come. I'll let you know when they come, all right? But shout out to you. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Oh, how you doing? DIKY, how are you doing from Greece? Shout out to you. Happy Saturday. Truly appreciate it. Sebastian, how are you? It's good to see you again. I hope everything's well with you. Happy Saturday to you. Happy Saturday. Truly appreciate you being here. There. Oh, yes. And I just want to remind you guys, I have 2 streams going. So the ones who prefer horizontal or landscape, I have that going, as well as the vertical. So you can continue to go in whichever chat you want. I should be able to see both chats regardless. Okay. So shout out to everyone. Thank you, Miss Jalen, for reminding me about that. So I do have 3 new cases for you guys, okay, that we're going to review. I also want to shout out my problem child. Thank you very much. I finally got your videos that you requested, so they're in the book now, and I'll review it, and then we'll get into it. We'll definitely get into it on this channel. And also shout out to Miss Cindy as well. She wanted me to look up and research a case, something very current. I have been researching it. When I get a little bit more details that would make a good show, I would definitely present this on the channel for you guys. So I truly appreciate it. Shout out to you. All right. So I do also have another surprise for you guys. Tonight, I won't be alone. Tonight, I have a special guest who's going to be sitting with me on the panel and reviewing some of these cases. Y'all know her. Y'all might know her, but you definitely have seen her in the chat. So I would love for everyone to say hi and welcome to Miss J. Miss J, how are you, darling? Que lo que?
What's going on? Somebody was just asking if I'm a woman. Of course I'm a woman. What's it supposed to be? He was like, you're a woman, right? Yeah, I'm a woman. Yes.
Yeah.
But that's a Capricorn symbol.
Yeah, he's special. He's a special
I see.
person.
Okay.
At the end of the day, he wants to know. At the end of the day, he wants to know where the snow bunny's at. Well, look, I told him, listen, when they come in, you'll find out. You figure that out. I can't help you right now, But happy Saturday to you. So thank you so much for coming. Oh, hold on. Let's see. We have Kaylin saying, "Big Mama, Big Milk." Oh, okay. Well, shout out to you. Happy Saturday. Don't know what that means. Samuels, how are you doing? Good to see you. Happy Saturday. He said, do you think Lizzo is beautiful? I think Lizzo is beautiful in her own right. Absolutely. Definitely. So, and hey, that doesn't mean that people are not going to find her beautiful, but she is beautiful in her own right. Okay, so let's get it started. So, Miss Jalen, are you ready? I have the first case for us.
I am ready.
All right. So the first case we're going to review is about a killer ex-wife. She realized that she might not be going home. I think it has something to do with her interrogation. And, I would love to have your input on it as well. So we're going to go ahead and pull this up and we're going to get into it. Okay. Let me see. Let me share my screen. Let me know if you see it, Miss Jalen, as well. Do you see it?
Yes, we good.
Okay, so let's see. All right. I think that will work. No, let's try this one. This is better. Okay, perfect. All right. So here we go.
During a 911 call, the operator heard multiple gunshots, so officers were dispatched to the area. When they arrived on scene, they found 45-year-old John Graycheck lying in his front yard. His girlfriend was applying pressure to a gunshot wound. John was immediately sent to the hospital, while his girlfriend explained what had happened. She claimed that 2 men forced their way into her home after knocking on the door. When John tried to protect her, he was shot, and the 2 men retreated. While she was giving her statement, a patrol officer pulled over a suspicious vehicle that was driving around the area. Inside the vehicle was a female and 2 men, and the 2 men matched the description given by John's girlfriend. All 3 were detained and brought back to the scene of the crime. The 2 men were positively identified as being the attackers, 30-year-old Gary Webb and 26-year-old Jacob Gibson. The female was also identified as 33-year-old Jamie Graycheck. Jamie was John's ex-wife, and the couple had recently been divorced. All 3 suspects were brought in for interrogation. Detectives begin with Gary to see what he has to say.
I just got out of prison in June.
I'm gonna be straight up with you on everything we tell you. I'm not here
I'll
to...
be straight up with you too, buddy, because this is a terrible situation to be in. I don't know if you've ever been in my situation, but buddy, yeah, I don't want to be in any trouble, sir.
All right,
I really don't. I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. I shouldn't have been there.
The crime we're investigating is murder.
Holy
That gentleman that was shot tonight didn't make it.
Holy That's terrible. That is terrible, sir. That is terrible. I really, really wish I was not there.
The detectives let Gary know that John died at the hospital, so this is now a murder investigation.
We got
Okay, so Miss Jalen, what do you take so far from what we've seen?
He looked like he ready to pee on himself. He looked like I got caught.
Yeah, the yes sir, no sir, showing respect in that type of way is to also keep the detectives at ease, also make them feel like he's also going to be open with them, right? He already started the premise that he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and pretty much that he did not do this. However, it's funny when explaining that the three people that was picked up had ties to the victim. So it's not just a coincidence that the person who now lost his life, you were in the same vicinity as the person, and the connection between you and the victim has to do with his ex-wife. So, that's really like concerning. But I'm wondering to hear what he has to say in reference of why he was there, what happened, what he had to see about it. But just going based on his body language alone, the whole slump to the side, it's giving like, he's pretty much, to me personally, and this is only my opinion, of course, it's given like, it's not like he's like bored with this whole thing. It's more of like, I didn't do it, I swear to God I didn't do it, like it wasn't me. It resembles childlike to me, like a teenager, like a preteen.
I
What
got
do you think?
busted. I got busted face.
Mm,
You see, he's like, oh my God, I'm sitting here like he's in shock.
Hey, young Ria said hi in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he said hi to you too. So that's why I said that. All right. So let's listen to a little bit more.
person shot twice, didn't make it. Expired at the hospital.
That's terrible.
All right.
That is terrible.
Now, we got some issues. This is an opportunity for you to be straight up. Tell us what went down at that house. Got a positive ID on you being there from the lady that answered the door.
Yeah, I was definitely there.
Okay.
My cousin Jake, he's like my cousin Jake. He came to get me and said we went to his house for a little while, and he had that girl come pick us up to take us home. Well, she wanted to get some dope, I guess from the guy that we went to his house. I don't know any of these people. I don't even know who that lady in there is. The only person I know here is Jake. So we go up there, and the lady opens the door. We go in. The next thing I know, they're in there fighting over a gun. I don't know if Jake had the gun or if he had the gun, but the gunshots start going off. And I grabbed Jake, and the dude, he's pretty much manhandling Jake. I don't know if they was arguing or what the hell it was going on. It was in the little hallway right there. I was standing right by the door. I didn't even move. I was trying to get him to come on. I didn't know what the hell was going on. I just didn't know what was going on. I heard the gun going off, and it flipped me out. That's all I know, buddy. I'm serious. I did not have no intentions of any of this happening. That is terrible, dude. He was supposed to be getting dope. That's all I know.
So does Jake use?
I don't know if he had the gun or if the guy had the gun. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Next thing I know, they're both wrestling with the gun, and it's going off everywhere in the damn house. And I was like, holy shit. His wife is screaming, running around us. I didn't intend on this to happen. I don't want anything to do with this.
Gary claims that he thought they were going to rob a drug dealer when everything went wrong. The police investigated John's history, and they spoke with his family. John never used drugs in his life, nor did he ever sell them. This meant that the three suspects were not there to steal drugs.
Who did Jake?
So what do you think about that, Ms. Jalen? Now that the video essay has explained to us that John wasn't a drug dealer, it's been confirmed by his family that he has never done drugs in his life, and that this now suspect is claiming that the only reason why they were there was for dope. How do you feel about that?
That doesn't sound. Maybe they went to rob him. Probably a robbery gone wrong. Because if he never used drugs and they
Mhm.
were there, you know what I mean? Cause he looks messed up. Like that's why I say he looked like
Well, I understand why you would think like maybe a robbery gone wrong, but to me, I'm getting more the impression that they meant to go to harm this guy due to the fact that they have this connection with the girl. The girl was supposed to drive them, according to his words, the girl was supposed to drive them home after they went and got this dope, did this dope deal to get dope. Somehow, some way, he doesn't know, they end up getting into a scrapple where he doesn't even know who had the weapon or who the weapon belongs to, where John is the one who gets shot. And when you look at the picture, John looks like an older man. He's all grayed out, so he looked like probably he's in his late 50s, early 60s. Who knows? He doesn't look like he would be hanging around these guys. So, like before the video essayist stated that information about the drug, I would have probably believed that it was like a drug deal that went wrong, or he was trying to get weed or something, out of these guys, and these are pill pushers, right? I would have believed that story, but now that it's been confirmed that that's not the case, there's something else that made them want to meet up with this individual, and something else happened that this guy is not telling us, because it doesn't make no sense that you were supposed to be driving to this location, you're supposed to pick up something, and the woman who you was with was supposed to bring y'all back to this location, and you have no idea whatsoever. You're in the car, you didn't get out of the car, or you did get out the car, you're right there with the other individuals, and you're telling me that you don't know about an argument, you don't know about what type of confrontation they were having, what they were arguing about, you don't hear anything. I call cap. I really do. I call cap.
But isn't the woman the ex-girlfriend, the ex-wife?
Right. Exactly.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. I bet you there's a lot. He had money. I told you. I bet you they were probably strung out, needed money, and they probably, trust me, their money involved. I smell money.
She said, I smell the money. I smell the money.
Follow the money.
Always follow the money. Sebastian said, at least the least, he is a witness. I agree. That's the least. If we find out more information that he was the designated driver, or he was the driver, if he's the one who set it up, like we find text messages that he was the one who called and lured, or even the girlfriend called and lured, we'll figure out more how this play out. But so far, yeah, it's not looking really good. This whole I'm just completely innocent and I don't know what happened. But let me go ahead and play a little bit more.
He tell you whose house this was?
I was just trying to get home, sir. I've been trying to get home all night. He's been drinking and I don't know what he's doing. I'm trying to get home all night, buddy.
Are you drug dependent? You using the drugs?
Yes, sir.
What are you using?
Opiates.
Let me ask you this. What did you guys talk about after you got in the car and drove off?
Well, Miss J, you know the look.
I told him to take me to home now. Next thing I know, the cops were behind us. He said, oh, I got a warrant anyways. I'm going to jail. This is crazy, man. I can't believe that guy died. You think I'm going to get in trouble just for being there?
Could be.
We're figuring it out right now.
So we're trying to figure out.
Well, I'm being honest with you. That's what I'm saying.
I'm just telling you something too. You only get one shot at this.
Yeah, I'm being 100% honest with you right now. That's why I'm asking you. I don't want to be in trouble for this, something that I didn't even have any parts of, sir.
Well, you know.
I don't know this lady. I really don't know Jake. I've been gone for 3 years. I don't know what type of he's done.
Well, and you know too that you're not supposed to be involved in criminal activity, are you?
No,
You're not supposed to be out buying dope, are you?
No, I was trying to get him to take me home. That's exactly what I was doing.
But you walked up to the house and we're going to buy some dope.
He just had me walk up. He's like my little brother, sir. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I understand. I'm just telling you.
I know.
You were going to partake in a transaction no matter what part it was, you were there. You can't tell me you weren't involved with what went on tonight, because you were.
Yeah, I was there.
You put yourself there, you saw what went down. All I'm asking for is the truth.
I'm telling you the
And
truth.
I ain't going to ask a whole bunch of times.
I'm telling you the truth, sir.
Okay?
There are 2 detectives in this room, and one of them has remained silent. Up until this point, he is a much more aggressive detective, and now it's his turn to talk to Gary.
You do know who lives in that house. She told you people. She told you who lives there. You weren't there to buy heroin. That's crap. Okay? Everything you're saying so far is a lie. You do know the significance of that house and how she's tied into that house.
She didn't tell me anything about those people.
Yeah, she did.
Okay.
Yeah, she did.
Well, I don't know then. I guess I'm just.
Maybe I'll just surprise you then. This will shock you. They have kids together. They have a
Yeah, I
custody
know
battle
that
going on.
now. I heard the lady identified me said that's her ex-wife, his
You knew that
ex-wife
before.
right there.
You knew that before.
No, I didn't know that, sir.
Yeah,
I didn't know that, sir.
You guys.
I've never met that girl a day in my life.
It wasn't Jacob that was in there fighting with this guy. You went to the door.
Why would I go to the door? They don't even know
Because
me.
you did.
Huh?
You did. You've already been identified as the person who came to the door.
I was behind him going in the door.
No,
Are you serious, man?
serious.
I don't know the people. Why would they let me in their house?
So what do you think about that, my Puerto Rican princess? He full of shit, right? Full of caca.
Man, he's so strung out. He is so high. You didn't hear him?
Yeah.
All I wanted to do was go home. That's all I wanted to do. I was trying to get home all night. He is so
Right.
strung out, but the thing is, you know what? He's coming down from it.
Of course, because reality's striking him that, you know, his story is not working with these detectives. And since they just played good cop, bad cop tactic, where now the bad cop is coming a little bit more aggressive with him and also giving him a little details that he's been identified. We know that you were there. So you're not saying, I don't know what happened. You didn't stay in the car. What did you do? You literally just admitted that you walked inside the house. So you knew why you were coming to the house. You're trying to act like you didn't have no idea why they wanted to make that stop to the house, that you was just quote unquote trying to get home. No, you were not. And then again, you said, why would these people let me in the house? Then why were you behind the supposed person who committed this crime? Why was you right behind him going into that house? What was you doing? What was the point of you being there? Again, why would they allow you to come in the house if you said, quote unquote, they don't know you, right? And then for him to try to play it off that he never met the girl before and act like he didn't know the relationship dynamic with the victim and the girl that you're in the house going into the house with. The fact is, the reason why the door was even open is because the girl was there. The ex-wife, the woman that he has children with, was there. That was what made him vulnerable. To think it was
because he saw the ex-wife. Exactly. That's what that. Now we're gonna have to find out why was she there? Why did she bring these two people with her?
Well, off the bat, I'm assuming that she definitely meant to rob him or set him up or get some form of money that she knew that was in the house. They're no longer together. So there was something in that house that was valuable to her that she needed to get in there. Now, if he opened up the door, it's two things that happened. She probably had to call him and say, hey, I have to get something from the house, or I want to pick up something. Can I borrow something? Maybe I have to get something for the kids. It could have been numerous of things that she could have said to make her ex-husband vulnerable enough to say, okay, come. But now she came with two other fellows. And of course, he's not gonna, he's gonna play it cool with two other fellows there, right? Because he doesn't want to make it seem like, there's gonna be an argument, or he doesn't even know what she might have told those two fellas that is coming with her. Hey, I fear for my life. He was a little aggressive or a little abusive when we were together. I might need somebody to come chaperone me to his house. We don't know, but we know that if he's seen two other grown men coming to his house, he's going to play it cool as much as possible because he doesn't know how the situation is going to play out. We hear this from men all the time, that how they weigh out their situation in dealing with other men. Because men know how other men can be very dangerous. So they have to think ahead, all right? They have to think about everything in totality. Can it go left? If I do this, it's gonna go left. Do I have time to get out in time, or do I have time that am I gonna be the one who's gonna have the upper hand? This is how men think when it comes to a dangerous situation with other men. in the area. So let's see. Sebastian said he's well rehearsed. Yeah, I think so too. Turkey said, "Yep, got high off that robbery. If he was withdrawing, you would see. It seems like he's still high for sure." Yeah, I agree, Turkey. He's definitely still high. Sebastian said, "Correct." And then Turkey said, "Honestly, the thing that scared me to get sober was a very close friend started robbing people at gunpoint. And I knew then if I kept this path, I was going to end up dead or in prison for a long, long time." Turkey, we are all grateful that you decided to wake up, snap out of it, and do the best thing for yourself and your family, right? Because you're too valuable for that. So we don't need none of that, okay? We don't need none of that. Let's go on. Let's hear a little bit more.
Well, they answered the door. You came
Answered the
through with
door,
a
he had a
gun.
gun.
That's how it happened.
No, it didn't happen that way, sir.
Yeah, it did.
Well, you need to ask Jake, because I swear I didn't go in there first.
Do you really think Jake's gonna go in there and say, "Yep, I had the gun. I shot him"? Really? Who had the gun?
They both had the gun.
No. Who produced the gun?
I don't know, sir.
See, that's awful convenient.
How tall are you?
You're taller than Jake.
How tall is Jake?
I don't know. He's shorter than I am.
Okay, we got 4 witnesses outside saying the taller guy went in the house. That's not Jake, that's you.
Okay. Well, you guys think you got it, then that's what.
Well, we don't think we got
There's
enough.
nothing I can do
We're looking
if
for the
you guys
truth.
are already going against me, because I'm trying to tell you the truth and you're not listening. I don't know that woman or any of these people.
Nobody said you did.
Don't say you do.
Did somebody in that car tell you what was gonna happen?
No, they didn't. And nobody intended on that to happen, that's for sure.
Well, what did
I
they
hope
intend to
not.
happen?
They thought they was getting some dope and we was going to leave, I guess.
So tell us about leaving that house.
I ran out the door. I grabbed Jake and said, "Come the f*** on," and pulled him off the dude. And she ran back to dude and we took off out the door.
Before moving on to the next suspect, the detective makes it known that he doesn't believe John was shot during a struggle. He believes that the plan was to murder him, and he believes that all 3 suspects knew about this plan.
The way that this gentleman or individual received his wounds is not consistent with 2 people rolling around or 2 people fighting upright over a gun, okay? This guy was shot by somebody else. He didn't shoot himself, and it wasn't struggling over
I
a gun,
understand that.
okay? And like I said, there's 3 people that could tell us what happened. Was there a game plan before you went up there? Was there a game plan while you're walking up to the house?
So what do you think about what you just heard, Miss Jalen?
He's in deep doodle.
Yeah.
Like, did you hear what he said? The way the man was, pew pew, wasn't the same way. So he's saying that they intentionally went to delete this man.
Yes, he did. Hi, Luna. How you doing? It's good to see you. Good to see you. Happy Saturday, mi amor. I hope everything is well with you. Yeah, I peeped that. I realized that too. Sometimes these individuals, when they get in front of these detectives, they're not thinking about the big picture, because they're thinking about, I need to say whatever I need to say to be convincing and to get me out that door, and I'm not being detained anymore. That's all they're really truly focused on, right? The detectives or even the cops on scene, when they start to investigate the scene, when they start to pick up the body, when they do the autopsy, and they find out how this person died, the trajectory of how the bullets are shot is not inclusive or conclusive to someone fighting with a gun and the gun goes off, right? So pretty much what this detective is telling him is that the way how John was shot, it was almost like personal or even execution style. It was deliberate. It wasn't a form of accident or anything of that sort. And you notice how his demeanor changed. Even his facial expression changed when the detective explained to him, like, yeah, we tested out. He couldn't shoot himself. It wasn't self-inflicted. And it wasn't because he was tussling around and the gun went off. The way he was shot and the trajectory of the bullet, it was is similar to someone who was executed or the gun was deliberately pointed at them in this direction. And his face and demeanor completely changed. He's now looking towards the side. That's the sign of kind of like guilt. He's looking towards the side. He's looking down. He doesn't no longer want to keep eye contact. These are things that you have to understand when detectives are looking for when they're posing certain questions, or even when they're giving you a little bit of detail of the information that they have already picked up. They're looking for signs where you're showing any form of guilt, anxiety, scared. Are you trembling? Are you playing with things? Are you fidgeting? Are you fidgeting under the table? Or are you looking at the door? Things of that sort. They look for these signs so they know whether or not, if they need to pull back on their approach, or do they need to go more forward, and will they be able to break the suspect to get the truth out of them? So let's go on a little bit more. Let's hear what they have to say.
Did you meet 2 weeks ago and talk about it? I'm just telling you, here's the issue. We know this was no dope deal, period.
Okay, listen, this is the thing. He was going in there to get the guy's money. I didn't know that he was going to shoot the guy. I didn't know any of that. I'm sorry, I didn't tell you right off the bat. He was going in there to get the guy's money. I didn't know he was going to shoot the guy. I swear I didn't want this to happen. I didn't know anything like this was going to happen.
I understand that.
This is really killing me, man. I'm telling you, this is really killing me, because I'm about to lose my whole family.
So you lied. You lied and said, I don't know nothing. I didn't see anything. Yo no sé, yo no.
Yo no sé nada.
Exactly. You completely lied, because now you like, look, they wanted the money. That's why they ran up in there. But I didn't know all that shooting was going on. My dude, if you knew that they wanted to rob them, you're just admitting to the detective that y'all purposely went up there to do a crime or to commit a crime from this individual. And now this individual lost his life. So you just added another charge to the charge of murder, idiot. Like, I mean, I'm glad that you're telling the truth. This is what we want them to do, to tell the truth so they can get the proper time for the crimes that they have committed. And we don't want people to get time that they don't deserve, right? Like, for example, if he was, let's say, the getaway car, and then it can be actually confirmed that he had no idea that the two individuals that was going in there was going to rob. If that could actually be confirmed, then him just aiding and abiding criminals, he would get a different time than versus as you knew that this person was going up there to shoot up the club, and then you was the getaway car waiting for them outside after they shot up the club. No, you're gonna face the same type of penalty as the person who shot the gun in that scenario. So there's reasons why, and this is what I want people to understand. There's reasons why they conduct these interrogations the way that they do. There's reasons why they ask certain questions the way that they ask those questions. Is it for your benefit? Not really. However, it's still benefit for the case in hand, to solving the case. And if depending on your role in the situation, it might be a benefit for you or it might not. Who's to say? However, I personally, if he was in a better situation, Ms. Jalen, what do we always say on this channel?
Be quiet. Cállate.
Yes. Exactly. As Ms. Jalen is our chat lawyer, and she always have to scream to the top of her lungs to be quiet and cállate.
Yeah, they don't hear me when I'm down in the chat. They don't know I'll be screaming at the screen. But Em, I'm going to tell you something.
Yeah.
The thing is, there's two more people. This is going to get juicy.
Correct.
This is going to get juicy. Okay? Because even, you see what Turkey said? He just admitted to accessory to the M, right?
Yes, he did. Absolutely.
Right. But the thing is, remember, guys, there's two more people. There's a lady in the mist.
Yep. So we have to find out. I mean, because so far, we already know that they wanted to commit a crime, right, against this individual. They're still not sure whether or not if the crime that they actually wanted to commit was robbery or an actual murder. When we start to incorporate the two other suspects into it, and we'll find out whether or not is this was the last interrogation or the initial interrogation, because we're going by what the video essays, how they're putting the thing, how they put and edit the videos out. We don't know if they have already interrogated or they're right now in the process interrogating the other individuals while they're sitting in the room with him, doing this interrogation. We don't know. We'll find out whether or not, if the reason why he's able to say, hey, witnesses said that they saw you go in first. We know that you was there. We know that person got shot, and
Hello.
how he got shot.
4 witnesses. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not 1, 4. The tall guy.
Right. So we don't know. Like, we're about to find out a little bit more information, but yeah, it's gonna get very interesting, because normally in these type of group crimes, they usually try to break one and see who's gonna rat on whoever first, who's gonna pick self-preservation and rat on a person and see if it sticks. So they'll literally put them against each other to see which one who wants it more, right? So let's go on. Let's read a little bit. Well, let's listen a little bit more. I'm sorry. I was talking about read because I was going to read another comment.
My wife and everything over this, I already know this.
Gary finally admits that Jamie told him and Jacob that her ex-husband usually had cash in his home. All three were addicts, and they were looking for a quick way to make money. The question remains, did Jamie send the two men into her ex-husband's home to rob him? Or did she have motives for wanting him killed?
Was it just
He's
that?
got money in the safe and all this kind of stuff. He keeps his guns in the safe. You ain't got to worry about that.
I said it
Some
first.
kind of shit like that. I didn't even want to go in there, and tell you the truth. I did not want to go in the house.
So she gave up some information to Jake about who he was, that he would
I
have
guess
some
Jake
money.
already knew the guy.
I got you. That could be. But she, the driver, gave information that you heard to Jake about that this guy was supposed to have some money, that this guy would have his guns locked up in a safe, and it was basically this was supposed to be a robbery. Does that sound fair?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
By admitting that the plan was to rob John, Gary has just sealed his own fate. He can now be charged with murder because a death occurred during the commission of a felony.
Am I still going to be charged with murder if I'm not the one that killed the guy?
Well, right now, the situation is we got to get to make sure, because we started out on a rocky foot here. I mean, I get that you didn't want to give your friend up. I understand it, and I can appreciate that. We're going to have to make sure that we can get to the point that we can tell the court and prosecutor's office and everything that what you're saying is the truth, okay? Any reason that your fingerprints or your touch DNA would be on that gun? Do you think she was helping set this up because she was pissed at him?
Probably.
You did the right thing. You can't not say what happened. That's a horrible situation to have to face. I get
This
it.
is terrible, man. This is really terrible. You don't understand how I feel right
No,
now.
I don't, because I wasn't there. You're right. You're
This is
absolutely
like
right.
my hair is standing up on my head. I don't know how to even think about this.
Right.
What do you think he's going to tell us?
I don't know what he's going to tell you. Tell you the truth.
Gary claimed that everything he said was the truth, and he had nothing more to add, so he would be booked into jail. The next suspect who would be interrogated was Jacob Gibson.
My guy?
Yeah.
That's why it's very important that we talk to you.
It's
about
serious, son. You're here because we got a guy dead tonight.
So, Miss Jalen, talk to me. Talk to me about the body language. What are you seeing?
Gary, cállate. No te dije que te calle. Dang, man. Sorry.
Oh God.
This one, he's a pit. Míralo. He's like, why am I here? I want to go. He did it. You know he gonna snitch, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He got. Yeah, he definitely got snitch on his
And
face.
he look older. He look
He
older.
does.
He's shorter, but he look older. He like, I wonder what that punk said. Didn't I tell him this? I told him, cállate.
Yeah, and you know what? Also, what I'm getting from the body language is like he's not going to be forthcoming. He has the crossing
He's
of the
gonna give them
arm.
a hard wait.
Yeah, he's going to give him a hard time. He's leaning back. You know, you can even look at his
Gabby
face.
did it.
Yeah, he's like, why y'all hell y'all got me up in here? I ain't do nothing. This is some BS. You know, that's what I'm getting off of
You
him.
know who's gonna
So,
snitch, right? She's
what?
gonna snitch on them.
Oh yeah, she's gonna rat on him because she's obviously. I don't even have to really see her interrogation, but I could already tell that she's the mastermind, pretty much. And then I think from her interrogation, we can figure out whether or not if she actually got these guys because she purposely wanted them to kill or clash with her ex-husband to kill him. And it's a win-win for her, right? They get the dope or they get the money, and she's still, you know, even though she's the ex-wife, you know, she's the next of kin.
You think there's money out there? I tell you, money. I smell money.
Yeah, I think so. Turkey said, haha, what a stupid question. Haha, yeah, dude, you taking the fall, right? Exactly. All right, let's go on. Let's hear what you have to say. He looked like he's about to be very interesting right now.
Okay, we got a guy up on Hillstone who was shot.
He said
He didn't make it.
How well do you know Gary?
Not the best.
Do you think
Just
he
got out of
would, do you think
prison.
he would do the right thing for you?
Guarantee
What do you
wouldn't.
think he said that happened tonight?
I have no clue. I'd like to know.
Gary says that you guys were there, rode with Jamie in her car, that Cadillac. He says that Jamie and you come to his place and pick him up. You go back to your place. That at that point in time, there's a plan to commit a robbery. The plan to commit the robbery is Jamie's, the guy who's now dead, that's Jamie's ex. They have kids together. They're in a custody battle. Jamie says that she knows that he has a lot of money, thousands of dollars. Okay? That's what he's saying. Go up to the door. He says, you knock on the door, have a handgun, says it's a black 22 caliber revolver, go through the front door. The girl freaks out. He comes in right behind you. Old boy comes down the hallway. You get in a fight with the guy. He's fighting over the gun. 3 to 4 gunshots. Obviously, this guy gets shot. He's now deceased. And you guys run. Tell me what happened.
I was in the car. I never went into no house.
Oh,
The
yeah,
victim's
definitely.
girlfriend, who witnessed the attack, claims that the taller of the two men is the one who shot her boyfriend. This means the police believe that Gary was the shooter and not Jacob, but they need to get Jacob to tell on his friend.
Well, I'm gonna let you know that I ain't.
So, Ms. Jalen, before we go on, yes, they do need him to pretty much rat on his friend because they already got information from the witness that who was the necessarily shooter, okay? So why do you think they took the approach of telling this guy what the other guy said in the interview? Why do you think they did that?
to get him mad and for him to say he did it.
Mm-hmm.
They trying to make it. They trying to say Gary say you did it.
Right.
They said Gary say he did it.
Right.
He snitched on himself.
Right.
But now he's saying they're saying no. Gary said you did it. Look at his face. Look at him. Look his face. He's
no,
like,
yeah, definitely.
What? He's saying what? Oh, Gary did.
Yeah, so that's what I agree with you. That was the reason why they went ahead and they told him what the other guy said because they wanted to see whether if he's gonna be like, I know this mofo did not just throw me under the bus. Well, let me tell you what he did. Let me tell you exactly what happened. That's what they wanted to do. So the thing about it is, we could tell that we said it before. He's gonna be a tough cookie, right? He might not believe that the detectives are telling the truth. He might not believe that they're really giving the word for word what the other guy have said. He might believe that they're lying or they're quote unquote fabricating, right? Fabricating what he actually told him because he's like, this is my boy. My boy would have ratted me out. We all went into this together. We know the plan. We talked about it. We talked about what, sticking to the story. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to see a little tussle here. I don't think necessarily he's going to take the bait. I don't get it from his body language that he's going to take the bait. He's not initially going to take the bait. It's going to be something else that the detectives are going to have to say that is going to put pressure to that ass, and then he's going to really, speak his truth. But let's see. Turkey said, I did it, dang it, working and listening. Haha, like usual. So came in a touch late, but here for the rest. Don't worry, Turkey. Don't worry. We appreciate you being here, dear. We appreciate you being here. And welcome, Center. Happy Saturday to you. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Barry, how are you? Happy Saturday. He said, this is classic tactics. He's less culpable. Yes, I agree. I agree. Jay said they're going to blame each other. Absolutely. They always try to do the triangulation between the groups to see who's going to act on their self-preservation first. Barry said, you got to look out for number one. Yeah, absolutely. Turkey said, first guy was shooter, no doubt. I agree. Especially by the way how he was acting too.
I say it was the woman. I disagree with both of you. I think
not you being the contrarian. It ain't the woman.
I'm not listen, Linda.
No, listen to me.
Listen, Linda. Everybody, it was the woman.
I don't think it's.
But we taking bets.
I don't think it's the woman.
It's the woman.
Turkey said, perfect cop. Move, tell them he said this, tell the next guy the opposite, and then all turn on each other. Yes, absolutely. And Job said he is guilty. It don't matter. Both are guilty. I agree. You are correct. All right. Yeah. Oh, Turkey said, ooh, interesting, Miss J. All right. Let's see if your theory is correct. Let's play a little bit more.
Ain't no murder. I've never shot nobody in my life. I've never hurt nobody in my life.
And I can appreciate that. More happened tonight, and you know more about what happened than just, I rode up in a car and I don't know anything. That's not plausible. It doesn't happen that way. That's not possible.
So,
Gary,
that guy's dead?
Yes. Yes, he's sitting in the coroner's office on a slab right now. He got shot once in the chest and once in the leg. Yes, he's dead. If you're going to obstruct and withhold information in the murder investigation, that's not good for you.
No, I'm not obstructing nothing, man.
Oh, you were there.
Oh, yeah, you are.
And you're not telling us the whole truth.
This is what happened.
Okay, I'm listening.
We were supposed to go in there
Mm-hmm.
and whatever.
And what? Not
Gary
whatever.
was going to rob him. Gary had a gun. I knocked on the door. The lady answered the door.
Okay.
Then we got in a scuffle. Gary took the gun and shot the dude.
Stop me if I'm wrong. I'm just going to repeat back what you just told. It was supposed to be hit a lick on the guy. You knocked on the door. Is that right?
No.
Okay. How did the decision come that you're going to knock on the door?
Because he made me do it.
Okay. He made you do it. Did he threaten you?
No.
Okay. Just said, hey, go up there and knock on the door. Do you know them?
I never knew no one was going to die.
I understand.
No, I don't know them.
You don't know them? Never met them before? Okay. So you knock on the door.
You definitely do need to work on
Who
that.
answers
I know I'm in prison.
Who answers the door?
Oh, lady.
Okay. And what do you say? Do you say anything to her? Does she say anything to you?
No, Gary goes in there and whatever happened.
So does Gary then kind of bypass you?
Yeah.
Okay. So Gary goes into the house?
Yeah.
What do you do? When Gary goes inside the house, do you follow him in?
Yeah, but I went straight up.
What is said at that point? Is anything said?
The dude starts fighting with him.
The guy? The bigger guy? Okay,
He
comes out and
starts
starts fighting with Gary.
And I run straight out the front door.
And you run out the front door. Okay.
When they start fighting, you haul them out.
Yeah.
Right.
Did you see him this night though with a gun prior to
No.
going over there?
Yeah, he had a gun.
Prior to going over there?
Yeah, I knew he had a gun.
And did you see it?
I seen him. I never killed nobody. You can ask that lady. I did not kill him. I swear to God.
I'm not telling you I don't believe you, okay?
I couldn't imagine shooting somebody.
Jacob's story appears to line up with the evidence, at least for the most part. Before the detectives move on to Jamie, they have a couple more questions for Jacob. They need to get him to admit he was a part of the plan to rob the victim, so he too can be charged with murder.
Did she ever say that she was pissed off at this guy?
Not to kill him.
Oh, I understand that. But to maybe do a robbery, take his money?
Probably.
Yeah.
So what I find truly interesting, this makes it confirm even more how the first person was lying. Because remember, he said that he just wanted to go home. He said that the woman, the ex-wife, was supposed to be driving him and this other guy, I guess, back to his house and all the stuff like that. But apparently, according to his testimony, she was already in the house with him, with the victim, Jamie.
I heard that, and you heard that, right?
Yeah.
Ooh.
She was already there. No wonder they were able to get into the house. So this whole, that's wow. Now I'm wondering whether or not if she has like a romantic connection with this guy, like that's the guy that she was dealing with after her ex-husband. And that is the reason why she also agreed that it was the other guy who shot and not him, who we don't know. But that changes a lot because she was already the setup queen. She was already in the house. She told them what time to come. She answered the door. They made it seem like they bum rushed in, but they went in and directly attacked her husband, right? They didn't attack her, right? She's not sitting up here saying, I got beat up, I got wound, they hit me in the face, they pistol whipped me, they tied me up, nothing, right? It's just that they went in and they went hand to hand with Jamie. And then we haven't even heard about any money being lost at this point either. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody has said anything about, well, this thousands of dollars was gone. They said there was thousands of dollars in the house, but they haven't said that it was gone yet either. This is interesting. This is very, very interesting. Miss Sweetheart says, please let's get the likes up. Thank you very much. Truly appreciate it. Yes, we would love to get the likes up. It helps the channel. It helps keep me in the algorithm, and also share this out to anyone who likes these type of conversations or going over these old cold cases, okay? And Turkey said, yep, she 100% getting back and setting up the guy with her new boyfriend to come rob the guy. I agree. I don't think it's only just robbery though. Now I'm not convinced that it was just only about robbing this guy. I think that she actually did want them to take him out. And if she's in a romantic relationship with either one of these guys, it would only be a benefit for to get him out the way. It will only be a benefit. What do you think, Miss J?
There's like that, you don't know who she was dating. That's where you're gonna figure out, because you know what, if you heard his story, it was the same as Gary's. They went in and whatever happened, they said they both ran out. See, they both said the same thing at the end. They went in, but when whatever was going on, they ran out of the house. So that's the only part that sticks with them together. But the thing is, again, we don't know her part yet. And like I said, it's gonna get juicy.
Right, it's gonna get juicy. And on top of that, I'm glad that you pointed out that their story was quite similar. However, they just changed positions within their story. He's now saying that it was Gary who walked in first with the gun, kicking the door, waving the 4-4, and he went in behind him. And then when a scuffle happened, he just said, "Oh, F this shit," and he left. That's the same thing that Gary said. Gary said that he went in, kicking the door, waving the 4-4, and then then he turned about face and got out the house. So their stories are very similar, but they just changed who was the first one that came in and also who had the weapon. But let's go on.
Was there an agreement, like with the three of you, if say this guy complies and you guys walk out the front door, $6,000, what were you going to do with it? Who gets what?
I don't know. This is crazy. I don't know, I'm going to jail for this.
Well, here's the deal. We got to figure out and talk to everybody. So I'm not going to lie to you and sit here and say tonight that we're not going to lock you up.
I'm going to get charged for being in a robbery with a murder, which I didn't rob nobody. They let us in the house.
I got you.
Nobody's saying that.
Here's what happens too. We don't decide who gets charged. We don't do the charging. We do the investigation.
So I'm gonna
okay?
sit in jail for the rest of my life, wait, until they wanna give me a lie detector test or until the lady tells you guys.
She told us already. She told us. How come you guys didn't cover your faces?
I don't know.
I mean, most of the time when we have these type of stuff happen, masks are involved. Ski mask, a hoodie that's like drawn real tight with a bandana or something. How come you guys didn't cover your faces up?
He had all black clothes on.
I mean, was there any as you guys are walking up to this place,
No,
was there any thought of, oh shit, we don't have a mask on?
I'm not a robber,
I can appreciate that. But
as you can tell.
Jacob was handcuffed and sent to county jail. At this point, the police believe that all three were addicts, and the goal was to get money, but they also know that Jamie hated her ex-husband because he was doing well in life, and she was a homeless addict. Now it's time to talk to her and see if she will admit the plan was to kill her ex. Get ready to see the fakest reaction to finding out your ex-husband is dead.
okay,
Someone was murdered.
that's correct.
Someone was murdered.
Yes. Okay. So I have to go through these five.
No, they weren't.
Go through the sheet with you here, okay? And then I'll answer all your questions that I can, and we'll speak about what happened, okay? Because a lot of bad things happened tonight that I don't
No,
think.
they didn't. Please tell me that's not true. Please tell me that's not true.
Well, unfortunately, I can't tell you that. Yeah.
No, no. No.
Yeah, John's gone.
No, he can't be. No. No. No, I want to kill them. Why?
Well, that's what we're trying to figure out. That's what we need your help with.
No. No. He's not. No. No.
The detective notices that Jamie keeps hiding her face because not a single tear is forming in her eyes.
No, please tell me that's not
I
true.
wish I.
So Miss J, how you feel about
And the Emmy goes to Ciao.
Woo! Woo!
Let me go on mute.
Yeah, that was so not convincing at all. And even did you even catch that she said no? She was like, no, they weren't. You noticed that? That was the first thing she said when they said it was a murder. She said, no, they weren't. She was thinking that those two guys were murdered. And then it's no, they didn't. Oh my God, oh my God, oh, I can't believe why they do this.
Listen, you have to understand something, okay? The problem is this. The way that it happened, because it's saying the chest and the leg, right?
Mm-hmm.
The chest and the leg. That's the only thing. It was too personal, right?
Right.
It wasn't like, well, they saying Gary had the gun, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is that, you see, that's what I'm saying. We still gotta wait, because
I mean, there's a possibility. Like, I'm not saying that your theory ain't correct. She
no,
could have
now
actually did it.
I'm kind of doubting myself, because the other one, whatever his name is, Mr. I'm gonna fold my hands, was like, he had the gun. He said he had it. You know what? I can't wait for this chick. You know what? Let me go ahead, Chickie. Tell the story.
Well, I'm thinking that your theory is not necessarily wrong, right? Because the only problem, the reason why I say your theory is not necessarily wrong is because both, like you said, both men said that one of them had the gun, and when a tussle happened, both of them left out the house, so they never saw Jamie actually get shot. This is according to the two men's interrogation. So what if they did have a tussle, right? And what if the gun did drop? Let's say one of the guys did have the drop and the gun went on the floor. What if the wife actually did pick it up and shoot him? I mean, shoot him point blank in the chest and
It
shoot him
was
in the
too
leg,
personal. That's what I'm
right?
saying. It was too. It wasn't like they went in and said, pew pew. You know what I mean? Like as soon as, because remember, they both said she opened the door, but then the other, then they were saying they rushed in. There was a tussle, but if we don't know if who was tussling with him, nobody haven't said who tussled with him yet.
Right. Well, both of the men said that one of them tussled with them. That was their story. That one of those guys tussled with him, and they ended up booking. So we don't know. We're assuming that the first guy was the one that was lying the whole entire time, especially with the confirmation from the victim, for the witnesses saying that they saw him. Right? They saw him with the gun. They saw him going in first. He was the tallest one out of everyone there. So I'm assuming that that is the truth. Like the evidence is actually leading to him being the shooter. However, we could definitely tell that this was planned. So she's gonna get first degree murder regardless, because that was your ex-husband. You are the one that made him vulnerable. You had access to the house. You was the one who let them in. You was the one who told them that there were that it was money there, thousands of dollars there. So you're the mastermind behind it. So that's no doubt about it. But we're gonna go ahead and look a little bit more. She's doing a lot of fake crying, guys. She tried to hurry up and grab that tissue. Don't look at my face because I can't really look at you. I can't really stare with you with a straight face and lie. So I got to do all this movement and try to distract you. That's all tactic. That's all manipulation tactic. No tears in her eyes. She ain't no snot in her nose when she went and grabbed the tissue.
She made them eat the apple, just like a woman. Go ahead.
Don't be saying that, because you're gonna get Brucey coming out here saying, "And you right, Miss J," and I'm gonna have to send his ass to the corner. Let's go on.
I could, but I can't.
No, oh my God. I love John.
So basically, where we're at right now is obviously we're trying to piece together everything that's occurred tonight. Okay.
I'm about to go to prison for life murder. No, he can't be gone. No, please don't leave me.
After letting Jamie fake cry for a few minutes, the detective asks her if she is ready to tell her side of the story.
Jamie, do you think you can help us piece together tonight what happened?
I'll tell you exactly what happened. I don't care.
Okay. I do have to let me read your rights to you.
Write me, I can't. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm sorry.
I know, and I'm sure you want to help us get to the bottom of this.
I do. No one.
You know, I need you to help us explain and understand
So too, Rob.
what
Shout
occurred
out to you.
tonight.
Happy Saturday.
I didn't want to hurt him in any way.
I understand that.
I love him.
Okay. Well, tell me what happened then. What was the plan?
Well, Jake called me and he was drunk. And he said he was going to rob this drug dealer by his house.
Okay.
And he asked me if I'd come over there. Whatever. So I came over there. I didn't think there was any guns or weapons or anything involved.
Okay.
And then he was like, do you have any ideas of anybody else? And I was like, this isn't a good idea. It's not going well, whatever. He was like, well, what about your ex?
Right.
And I was like, I don't know. He's a big guy. He's going to fight you.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I don't think it's a good idea. And, you know.
And there's been some tension going on between you and your ex, right?
Yeah.
Is there a custody battle going on?
Yes.
Or? Yeah.
I still love him.
Oh, I understand that.
I just wanted him to come home.
I understand that.
I just wanted my family back.
Yeah. When you come over to Jacob's house over at Claypool, and he's just there by himself, right?
She did, Miss Sweetheart.
Do you see him with a firearm?
No, I didn't see any gun whatsoever.
Never saw anybody with a gun?
No, he had that knife and I put it next to my seat. I was like, no.
So Miss J.
Girl, if you don't go sit down somewhere, and she got the froggy voice too. This is a deep, deep drug addict. She got the froggy voice. We call this in New York froggy voice. Like it's so raspy that like
You talking about the cigar voice.
yeah, the methadone voice.
Yeah. The Rocha the grouch voice. Yeah. I'm just thinking about what she just stated, right? She said that she went over to these guys' house and they was initially supposed to rob somebody. So she wanted drugs too. And she said, hey, you know what? How about my ex-husband? And that's not even funny. It's not to laugh at that man. Poor man. Rest in peace to that man. But she said, hey, y'all need someone to rob? How about my ex-husband? You know, he got that, he got this. You don't have to hit up the person on your block. But then in the same sentence said, but I love him though. And I wanted him to come home. How do you know that, like, ma'am, how are you gonna say that you didn't know it was a robbery? What was they going to rob your ex-husband with? You think they were just gonna beat him up? How was they gonna get in the house? Right? Like, how was they gonna get him to give up the to give up the money? Right? She want to say that she didn't see no gun. She want to say that she didn't see a knife, or I guess now she's saying that she saw a knife, but she literally grabbed the knife, right? Like, so you literally knew that you had to use some form of weapon because you just admitted from your own mouth that you told those guys, well, I don't think you really want to go toe to toe with my ex-husband because he's like 6'3", you know? He's like 6'3", 230. I don't think y'all can handle him by himself. You know what I'm saying? This is what she said. So, like, come on now. Like, lady, this lady is very special. But then, she's under the influence as well, obviously. And as well as hating her husband, she was also under the influence as well. Sweetheart said, I'm about to scream. She just admitted it. Yes, she did. She just admitted it. Absolutely right. Sebastian said, gotta laugh. Man, it's funny, but then it's not funny because we're actually talking about someone losing their life. But these interrogations sometimes be a trip. They definitely be. Oh no, Cold Light said, can never trust a woman. Here, look. I'm gonna have to send you to the corner boy, because you acting like our designated corner boy. Since we don't see Brucey today, you the designated corner boy today. You gotta go in the corner. You gotta go in the corner. Talk about never trust no woman. Shout out to you. Happy Saturday.
Lobster broiled, butter and garlic, nice and crispy. Cause go Miss J, go Miss J.
Hey. And Turkey said, oh, they took that money and got, yeah, I agree. So let's go on. Let's hear what else she has to say.
I'm not doing anything violent. I don't want anybody to get hurt.
Okay.
That's what I told him.
Sure. Have you ever seen Jacob with a gun?
No, I've never seen.
Do you know him to own a gun?
No, I've never seen him.
What about Gary?
I don't know Gary. I don't know him.
Okay. What happens then?
Well, then Jake's like, you got any ideas? And I was like, well, my ex-husband. I was like, well, no, he's a big guy. He's going to fight you. There's no way it's going to happen. And, he was just like, come on, let's just go over there. And I was like, I don't think it's a good idea. So I don't know why I did. I don't know why I went over there.
Okay.
And then we get there and they tell me to sit there and wait.
Another issue investigators have is not a single item was stolen from the home. If this was truly a robbery, why was nothing taken? Not even the wallet out of John's pants or his girlfriend's purse that was hanging by the entrance to the home.
So I'm about to go to prison, aren't I? Just be honest.
So this is when
there was a girlfriend?
No, it wasn't no girlfriend. She's lying. Remember,
the commentator said there was. Listen to it again.
Hold on. Let's see what the commentator said.
And then we get there and they tell me to sit there and wait.
Another issue investigators have is not a single item was stolen from the home. If this was truly a robbery, why was nothing taken? Not even the wallet out of John's pants or his girlfriend's purse that was hanging by the entrance to the home.
So I'm about to go to prison, aren't I?
So he, guess her ex had a girlfriend, but she wasn't there. Because obviously she must have not been there because she's not one of the victims. We haven't heard that they have a kidnapping charge or, tying her up or anything. So I don't think she was there. But the point that I wanted to point out by stopping is that, again, nothing is missing in the house. Something that I brought up earlier. And we confirmed whether or not if anything was missing out of the house, then that will also make it seem like it was a robbery. Nothing was missing out of the house. So to me, that means that y'all went over there for the purpose of what you went over there for. And that was taking that man's life. Then I also want to bring out the fact is she's saying that we drove over there, but the other two guys confirmed that she was the one who, or whoever, I think maybe, so was it a girlfriend that they're talking about, you think, Miss Jalen, that the girlfriend was the one who opened up the door?
That's what the second, I don't know what the second guy's name said. That's what he said. She was not in the house. That he said the lady opened the door. There was, and it wasn't, she wasn't in the house.
Okay.
He said the second one with the hands folded, whatever, because it's Gary and then it's him, whatever his name is, Mr. Folding Hands. He said the lady opened the door. We assumed that it was her.
Right. So it was a girlfriend. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. If it was a girlfriend, then the girlfriend opened up the door. So that's how she was able to identify the taller one. Because their foolish self didn't wear no mask, no ski mask or anything. They went in there showing their face. Makes sense.
Plot thickens.
Plot thickens. Brucey, how you doing? I knew if I call your name, you was gonna appear. How you doing, Brucey? Happy Saturday, dear. Happy Saturday. It's good to see you.
Brucey knows how he got here.
Not you sending out the back signal, Miss J.
I got connections. That my brother.
Turkey said, "Oh man, this was a hit." Yeah, it definitely seemed like it. Yes, Brucey makes his appearance. He's like, "I have arrived." He's like, "Now y'all can go back to normal." No. He said, "I'm late." Oh, okay. You doing a transmission on your landlord's cord? Good for you, Brucey. Good for you. Don't, be careful now. Don't stay up too late doing that either. Okay. Take good amount of breaks. All right, let's go on. Let's see what else happens.
Just be honest with me.
It's a bad situation. I'll be honest with you that it is a bad situation. But you also didn't you didn't want John to get hurt.
No.
I understand that.
No, I never wanted him.
Did you think that John would have money at the house? Is that what? Have you known him to have money? How much money do you think he would have?
I don't know. I thought he'd have a couple thousand.
Couple thousand. Have you known him to carry that before?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As far as then, if this would have worked successfully, what were you guys going to do with the money?
I was gonna.
You're homeless. I understand that.
Yeah.
Were you guys going to split it?
We were gonna split it.
How were you guys going to split it?
I don't know. I guess they were gonna split it 50-50, and then Jake was gonna give me his half of whatever he could get.
Okay.
And I didn't do it to hurt anybody. I'm just struggling.
Right.
I'm homeless.
Yeah. I understand.
And this is so wrong of me. I deserve whatever I get because I did not have
It's a bad situation.
It is. I never wanted it to get hurt. I never thought anybody was gonna get hurt. It was so stupid of me.
So help me with this then, because they don't know where he lives.
I took him over
Right, you
there.
drive over there.
It's all my fault.
Well, I wouldn't say that's completely true, but
No, it's true. It's all her fault.
And went up to the door, and then all of a sudden I see him running back. And I was like, what happened? And they were like, it didn't go good. It didn't go good at all. They were like, get out of here.
Once they're back in the car, who sits where in the car?
Jake sits up front and his buddy sits in the back.
Okay. Did you tell them that John has guns?
I said he might have
He might.
guns, so that's why I told him it was a bad idea. I was like, he might have guns, and he's a big guy.
Okay.
I said, he's gonna fight you.
Right.
And they were just real adamant about, well, come on, let's just do it. We're not gonna hurt anybody,
Right.
you know.
Did even if you didn't see a gun, did either of them act as if or talk about or give you the impression that they may have had a gun?
No,
No.
I had no idea. All I saw was that big knife, which was in my car, and I took that. I said, no, there's no violence gonna be involved.
Right.
Just will you answer me?
Yeah.
Am I going to jail?
Oh yeah, you're going to jail tonight. And we can't avoid that. There's
So, Ms. Jalen, how do you feel about her statement? Talk about she took the knife and there was no violence going to be involved. Do you think it's because she's under narcotics that she doesn't understand that even committing a robbery, whether it's armed robbery or not, is a violent act?
Listen. Listen. When they under the influence the way they are, they can't think straight. All they're thinking about is getting high. They looking for that next hit. So it's you know what I think it is? I don't think she was ready to see the girlfriend. I think the girlfriend threw her off. They probably thought he was there by himself. And I think that's what triggered her was when they saw the girlfriend. Remember, I don't think the girlfriend was part of the plan. So remember, I told you there's still bits and pieces missing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that I don't think she would know if her ex has a girlfriend because they've been separated. They only have kids. She is mad that since she has a drug problem, she's homeless, and he has been able to maintain a household, get a girlfriend, and he probably has primary custody of the children, right?
But that's why I said that's why, because that's the way he got they deleted him. That's why I said it's too personal.
Right.
It was too personal. Like, you're not in the right state of mind. Especially, remember, adrenaline is flowing. Remember, we seen, how we watch webcam videos and all the adrenaline, everybody's going boom, 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 boom. Remember, when they knocked on that door, we do not know what happened once that door opened and they all encounter each other. The guy said they went in because they said he tussled, right? But we don't know who tussled with who yet. Remember, it's two guys. They didn't say, "Oh, I tussled with him." Remember, that piece is missing. They both said they ran out of the house. That part got the same. But as far as what went down, she's gonna tell us right now. She's gonna tell on herself.
Yeah, we'll see. Let's play a little bit more. Let's see what she has to say. We're towards the end. They already let her know that she's going to jail.
You're going to jail.
You already admitted that you were robbing your ex-husband, and you enlisted two other fellows to help you with this. So let's go on.
No way. Okay. This is what we do as our role in this whole thing. We gather as much information and fact as we can, okay, and try to obtain as much cooperation as we can, like you're doing right now. Okay?
But everybody will be charged.
Well, that's not up to us. We're the investigators. We gather the facts and take the information to the prosecutor's office. The prosecutor's office then decides what charges we're going to be looking at with everybody that's involved and how their involvement worked, okay?
There's no way I can
To see him? No, you don't want to see him not right now.
I don't care.
Not right now.
I don't care.
I know.
I just want to hold his hand one last
Yeah.
time. Do I have to write a statement?
No, absolutely not. It's not. I cannot force you to write a statement. No, it's up to you. If you want to tell somebody in writing what happened, that's your choice. If you don't want to, it's your choice too. Okay.
I would rather not.
Okay. That's fine. I mean, you were very honest and open with us so far. It seems to be so.
I was.
I mean, I can't force you to write a statement. Same as we can't force you to talk to us. But we're glad that you did. At
I
least.
did talk to you.
Yeah.
But I want an attorney before I write a statement.
I understand that. That's fair enough. Okay.
I mean, I understand you're probably video recording it and have that, but
Yeah.
I want to talk to them.
I understand.
But I did want to get the truth out because I didn't.
I know. I believe you too.
Just a week prior to his death, John had finally gained custody of his children. Investigators believe that Jamie knew the two men were armed, and this was her way of getting vengeance against her ex-husband. In the end, all three would accept plea deals. Gary received 18 to life, Jacob received 15 to life, and Jamie was sentenced to 21 years in prison. What are your thoughts on this case? Did Jamie just want money for her addiction, or was this her way of getting back at her ex-husband? Please share your thoughts in the comments below.
Wait a minute. Wait a
What's
minute. That's a stinky ending. Espérate. That.
What do you mean? No, I mean, we all knew that. I had a feeling they was going to do a plea deal, right? And mind you, she didn't want to write a written statement, so she didn't want to actually have on paper to confirm whether or not who actually shot her ex-husband, right? Because she's saying that she don't know. They ran in there, she wasn't even in there, right? So because they know that the two guys are going to say that the other one was the one who had the gun.
I want my money back.
What?
That was that ending was, I want my money back.
No money back. No return.
What the heck was that?
No return to saying it. Yeah, Omni said, now you want, right, exactly. Now you want to call, it's like too late for it. That's why I found that funny too. She's calling for a lawyer after admitting everything. Okay, you can call for a lawyer now. That doesn't mean that everything that you had under your Miranda rights is going to go out the trash. No, that is going to be given to the courts. It's going to be given to jury and the judge as discovery, as a part of you admitting and confirming that you did set up to rob your husband and he ended up losing his life for it. That doesn't go away because now you say, I want a lawyer. No. At the end, when you said I wanted a lawyer, you already ended the interrogation. You gave them all the information that they really needed, and you already confirmed that you wasn't going to give a written statement. They didn't need nothing else from you. So I just found that was really funny. I found that was hilarious as hell that she want to talk about, yeah, I really want a lawyer before I get a written statement.
Gary didn't do it. I'm sorry. Gary did not do. She did it. There's too many switch. Objection.
No, chat lawyer. You're gonna have to accept what they said.
No.
No. Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
You have to accept it.
No, sorry, I don't think so.
Yes. You have to. All right, good folks. I have another case. As you see, our chat lawyer is highly upset with the last one. It was not the ending that she was expecting. She want her money back, but we can't help her right now. So the next case that I have for you good folks is this was very interesting. It was about two young ladies who were murdered, Natalia Morse and Zalia Fraser. I just seen this video and I wanted to check it out. So I wanted to say, shout out to the channel that I'm watching this from. It's a true crime channel, something outside of what I normally review. So I hope they're okay with it. But we need to check this one out. This one was very serious. And just make sure you're getting the lights up for me and Miss Jalen. It definitely helps the channel. It keeps us in the algorithm. It keeps me around to be doing these type of videos for you good folks. And also share this out to anyone who's interested in these immersive conversation, us going over cold cases, current cases, new cases, whatever type of case you want. And if you have any cases that you would like to hear on the channel, go ahead and put it down in the comment section at the end of the show or the live stream. I view all my comments. I appreciate the ones who do leave comments for me. Truly, truly appreciate it. And let's get into it. So this one is very interesting. Let me pull up my screen, Miss Jalen, and we're gonna see how this plays out. Okay. All right, and here we go.
In early June 2022, Harper Woods police, just northeast of Detroit, received an emergency call from a woman who was being held hostage.
I'm being held hostage. You're being held hostage. My house father. My house father, he is trying to kill me.
When officers arrived, they found a street in chaos.
Grab that baby.
Another victim, knife still in her back, had escaped a brutal attack, yet was unable to tell them which house she had run from.
We're trying to find out what address. What's your address? This house right here.
Hey, Will,
all over the door. I would not see that.
Further chaos ensued over the following hours.
Oh, shit!
House on fire? Move! Let's go! Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
When the flames were finally extinguished and the victims accounted for, investigators discovered that the events of that awful day did not happen in isolation. The story of this horrific triple murder began a month before, with a video of the killer in the middle of the night disposing of his first victim. Hi there, I'm Kevin, and welcome to Just Thought Lounge. Today's case begins with a bit of a mystery, a whodunit, though it quickly spirals into a scene of chaotic violence. There has been some misreporting of this crazy and at times confusing case in the media, but today we're going to tell it directly from the case file, 2022. From the second floor of his home on Lenox Street in Detroit's East Side, he watched as a mid-sized white four-door sedan stopped out front, its trunk sitting open. He heard a woman's scream, then silence. Moments before the call, he recorded a video of the vehicle with his phone.
I'm trying to be as quiet as possible, but I think somebody just shot a woman. She was running down this.
Hey, Mr. Wynn, how you doing, dear? It's good to see you. Happy Saturday. I'm glad you're here.
What street is that on, sir?
Lenox Street.
But you don't know for sure that she was shot?
I don't know, but after I have a video of the dude's car, and it was a person in the passenger seat, and he ran back to the car, and he closed the trunk. I don't know if she was in the trunk, but his trunk was open. Like she probably got out and took off. But I still hear some crunching, like over across the street in the backyard somewhere. And the trunk was open when I looked out the window. But when I heard her exact words were, "Help me," and she screamed, and then you heard the gunshot go off. And then everything got quiet. And then like 2 minutes later, I decided to take a video of the car because the car was still sitting there with the trunk door open and the driver door open.
So is it in the backyard next door to you or across the street?
Across the street. It's like a open field, but there's a lot of sticks and twigs.
All right, so as you see, this is starting to get really heating up real quick. What do you have to say about so far what we see, Miss Jalen?
Did they say triple?
Yes, this is a triple, but apparently it started days prior to, I guess, the other victims losing their lives.
Wow. Well, I mean, he's watching everything, and you can see, like, because he didn't stop taping until she was running, right? So.
So what I'm getting so far from the story, whoever this person is that that witness was able to catch on camera and to catch this car, this person has to be someone who knows the victims, his victims personally. It seemed like this was a personal situation. We don't know whether or not if it was a domestic violence situation that gone wrong. We don't know if this was a domestic abuse situation between siblings or family members. We see a lot of that happening now too, right? Family members getting into other family members and taking their lives. Doesn't matter if it's their grandmother, their mother, their uncle, their brother, their sister, their brother, their mother, their brother, and their children, their wife and their children. We're seeing a lot of that play out today. So we don't really know who the victims are yet. And we don't know the relationship dynamic. But what we was able to see is that this started a couple of days before the cop cam that we saw where they had to answer a call, and there were multiple victims there, and the house was burnt down, like someone tried to burn down evidence. So that's so far that's what's been given to us. It seems like it's about to be a very crazy situation when we find out truly what led to all this. Yeah. Hey, Mr. Bot, how you doing? It's good to see you. Good to see you. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Oh no, Miss Joanne, please take care. Please drink more water. Keep your fluids. Tea, lemon, ginger, garlic. Make your own tea. Steam them, to try to kick that pneumonia. Please take care of yourself and get as much rest as possible. Much rest. Hey, Lark, how you doing? Happy Saturday to you. I hope everything's well with you, sir. Hope everything's well. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much. All right, let's go ahead and play on a little bit long, Miss Jalen.
As the caller recorded the video, he could hear rustling noises from the vacant lot near his house. Moments later, the video captured a man running back to the vehicle, close the trunk, and drive off. Convinced that he had just witnessed portions of a murder, John Doe waited patiently for the police to arrive on scene. But that night, they never came. Just after noon the following day, the anonymous man chose to investigate. In the vacant lot, just inside the vegetation that lined the edge of the property, he found a body.
Hi, yes, I called about somebody getting shot last night, and the police never came out, and I'm walking down the street, and her body is right here.
What's the location?
Lennox and Canfield.
1 moment.
Matter of fact, I got a video of the nigga car who did it, and I'm about to tell you what time I took the video.
Okay.
At 2:52 a.m., probably at 2:50, the lady was screaming help. She was running down the street, and then all you heard was a gunshot, and then it got quiet. And then I called you guys, and y'all ain't do shit. And now this lady dead right here by my house.
When Detroit PD arrived, they found what appeared to be drag marks in the dirt, leading beyond the curtain of a driveway next to the lot. A shell casing was located in front of the house on the street. Past the overgrown sidewalk, the victim was laying among the trash and foliage. A young woman, she was only partially dressed and carried no personal items or ID. Indeed, it would take until the completion of the autopsy the next day to formally identify her, based primarily upon her distinctive tattoos. 24-year-old Natayla Morse, who was known to friends as Sparkles, had suffered blunt force trauma to multiple areas of her body. Though a shot had been fired, the autopsy found that Natayla did not die of a gunshot wound. She had been beaten to death. The young and outgoing older sister was not known to have any enemies. The news of her brutal killing was both a horrible shock as well as a mystery to her family.
She was viciously.
All right, your thoughts, Miss Jalen. Trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning.
Ooh, child. And I agree with Mr. Bot. That guy was too calm when he found that. Why didn't he make sure the cops came out? Like, if he was, why did he, like, he videotaped everything, then he leaves and he comes back the next day and checks the next day? and didn't make sure, like he didn't stay there until make sure. Why didn't he call again?
It's Detroit.
I get it, but still, like, I'm not gonna sit there and be like, okay, here's somebody screaming, and then and then I'm gonna just go home and go to sleep, and then come the next day and say, oh, is she still there?
I mean, here's what I'm saying. I understand what you're saying, but I'm gonna take into consideration of where in Detroit he's at. We don't know if he's on 6 Mile, 8 Mile, 9 Mile, whatever. He
5.
could be, he could be in an area where if he's out there, he might be the next one to get snuffed. And on top of that, at least he did do his due diligence. He called them and he also videotaped. He realized that the cops never came. He never heard sirens. He never heard an EMS. He never heard cops on his street. So when he went to go see that, everything that he saw last night and confirmed that everything he caught on video, hearing the gunshot and everything was actual real. You heard him had an attitude with the operator on the phone. Like, yeah,
he said, "Yeah, come and do spit." Like, I mean, like, rough neighborhood or not, like, where's your people's compassion? Like, okay, I'm going on me.
Like, I understand you, but you gotta, like I said, you have to also just take consideration his situation. That environment over there, we don't know his neighborhood. That environment can be very, very rough. He did do something. At least he wasn't a person who didn't call. Shoot, he literally videotaped. Right? And he was willing to give that videotape up to authorities. Something that could have cost him his life. We're
gonna fight right now. We're
not gonna fight. Listen, and you gotta take into consideration, right? That he also put his life in jeopardy by even going down there the next following morning to confirm that a body was there. They could have assumed that he was the one who did it. They could have made it seem like, hey, he called us yesterday acting like he was a witness and it was him, that he could have got caught up just even going back to, to do his due diligence in regards of what he heard last night and what video he took, So, I mean, I understand we would have had, oh, hell no, we would blow up 911 phone. We would do anything. We would call whoever we need to call. If we have to even call the news station to say, hey, something happened and where's the cops? The cops need to be on this block. We would do that. I'm going to take it that according to his age and according to where he's at, that's the reason why he just moved very lackadaisy. We'll put it like that. Lackadaisy. Let's see. Mary said, and shout out to you, happy Saturday. She said that's not his job and it's a rough neighborhood. Yeah, I mean, it is not his job. I agree. It's not his job. It is a rough neighborhood. He did the best he can, but I also do understand where Miss J is coming from. I really do. We Unlock said, unless he planned this himself. Right. See, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. We Unlock. Like, we don't even know, or if I was a detective that was on the scene or a police officer on the scene, or even the 911 operator, if he's saying that he called yesterday, he said, I got a video and all the stuff like that. How do I know that you're not involved? How do I know that you didn't harm that girl? Right? Maybe the girl did get shot, but you didn't come in and do something else for her. It's clear now to the point that we got in the video that she didn't die from a gun wound. She was beaten to death prior to getting shot. The shot was to cover up the fact that she was violated and beaten to death and make them focus on the gun wound, because now they would go on a wild goose chase trying to find who has the gun, right? And they'll be leading towards that and not looking for DNA per se.
Okay.
Robert Robinson said it's just a body. Oh my God.
Listen.
Saturday. Mary said it's dead bodies every day. Exactly. You're right, Miss Lady. Robin Robinson said, I saw one when I was younger. I poked it with a stick. That sounds like that movie. Don't you mind? That's how you know that movie Stand By Me?
That was Boys in the Hood, yeah.
Yeah, Boys in the Hood and Stand By Me.
Mhm.
Thanks, Clark, and thanks, Miss Jalen. Okay, let's see. Mary said, "Where the police? Would you mind? I don't know. I don't know where the police are. We don't know what the police is." Turkey said, "Oh, the family's getting paid for that. They didn't even respond. That's a lot of yeah. That's a problem right there. That's a big problem. That's literally on 911 record, and nobody actually picked it up. That was his compassion. That's right." Robin said, "People got to stop wanting people to put on a cape."
Wow. You know what? I am so glad.
Wait, hold on. Let me finish, Miss J. And you can get into it. You can chop into it. Mary said, "Young man, that's the best you gonna get." Brucey said, "I agree with the detective." And let's see. Ja, how you doing, Ja? Happy Saturday. He witnessed this close to his home. I wouldn't go out there if I were him too. Yeah, that was literally around the side of his house too, right? And happy Saturday to you. And Lana, how you doing, dear? How you doing? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Good to see you. Okay, go ahead, my love. You can go ahead. You have the floor.
Play the video.
Not you play the video. Not you play the video. Better than.
Beaten, left in a field. Someone out there did this to her. She didn't deserve this.
Last time I saw her, I hugged her and told her I love her. And my kids was about to graduate, so she was talking about, oh, I'm going to come down to the graduation. Yeah, she died the day before her sisters graduated. They had to go across stage the next day knowing their sister died. I told them, do it for your sister. So they went across stage for her. They did it for her.
There were multiple home security cameras in the area surrounding Lenox Street. Investigators surveying the neighborhood, however, could not find a single one that was working properly and had activated around 3 a.m., which gave a view of Natala's killer. They had only the video taken at a distance from John Doe's phone. They also learned that Natala drove a white sedan, similar to the one seen on Lenox Street that night. It seems her Ford Focus was set aflame sometime during the night. That call to 911 was placed around 3:30 a.m.
Detroit 911, what's the address, the emergency?
The car is on fire.
Hi, Dima. How are you doing? Happy Saturday.
White Ford Focus.
After firefighters put out the flames, the Focus was towed to a secure area. In the back seat, only mildly damaged, was a backpack. In the bag, investigators found Natala's bank cards and other personal effects, including her cell phone. Investigators began aligning the cell phone location data with the Ford Focus on its route from Lenox Street, where John Doe captured the driver on camera, to the area near Lappin Street, where it was set aflame. Beginning at about 11:30 p.m. on June 3rd, Natala's vehicle first drove to Kilbourne Street, which is in the Connor neighborhood of the East Side. It is primarily residential. From Kilbourne, the car made a lengthy stop near 7 Mile and Evergreen, a commercial area with plenty of parking. Cameras did not capture the individuals inside of the parked vehicle during this time, but they did pick up on the vehicle's movements when the journey resumed. Curiously, before arriving at Lenox, the car drove back towards Dickerson Avenue, which crosses Kilbourne Street. And that would not be the last time. Minutes before 3 a.m., the car is captured driving towards Lenox, with its trunk already open. By 3:03, it is fleeing the area. Before it was set on fire,
So, tell me what you think, Miss J, so far with what we are listening to.
All of this was planned out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all connected.
Yep.
But there's one thing I want to point out. I'm not going to address anything else because, everybody's entitled to feel how they're going to feel.
Oh, don't worry about it.
No. I'm just saying. I'm not. What I'm saying. No. What I'm gonna say to you is, look at that mother. Look
Mm-hmm.
at that mother. That's a mother.
Mm-hmm.
Mom. And right or wrong, indifferent. You know, like, and it's triple, right? It's three of them.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to the other victims yet.
We haven't gotten to. The thing is, you can see that there's more to the story, and no one deserves to, get their lives taken away like this. And like, she was beaten.
Right.
She was beaten. So now we don't even know how. This is a fire now, right?
Well, so here's what I picked up, right? The person who unalived her is running around in her car. That's her car. That's her. It's very similar to the car that she had. When they was able to get into the car, her personal items were there, even her bank card. So we can rule out a robbery, right? They would have took the bank card. They would have took all that and her phone. She had an iPhone. That's like thousands of dollars. You could sell that, right? This is Detroit. You can literally pawn that shit for like $500, $600 tops. Then I also want to mention the fact that now while they was trolling them and they was able to get some video of them surveillance out on the street, they also know that the cops was probably trailing them or trying to figure out the vehicle, right? The reason why they popped the trunk and they left it open while they were riding down the street is to block their license plates. They do that here in New York now, right? Because the bus is here. They have cameras on it now. So if you're parked in a bus lane, the bus can actually take a picture of your license plate and you're still going to get a ticket. So the go-to thing is now is to put your trunk up so they can't catch your license plate. But I don't know. Metropolitan bus, Port Authority, bus authority, they got even smarter. Now they put cameras on the front and the back. So if
the back in the windshield and up on the top of the windshield, like right in the.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And it's in the back now too. So they did that because, like I said, everybody started pulling up their trunks so they could block their license plate from the back. But in New York, we have two license plates, not one like how it is in the South. So now when they drive by, they can still catch a license plate. So that's the few things I wanted to point out. This was very personal. This person really had some form of hatred to this young girl, this young, beautiful girl that lost her life in the most cruelest way. And the shooting, I know it was a part of like covering it up per se, because they'll have the police looking for a gun, right? What gun is out on the street. But I also think that shooting that person is a sign, as well as beating them to a pulp, is it's a symbol of more of a hate, or for that person. Like, you loathe that person, like you also want to violate and continue to violate their body after they're gone. You know what I'm saying? Because she was already dead, and they doing the autopsy, they confirmed that she got shot after she was dead, not while she was still fighting for her life. So it's a lot to play into this. There's a lot to play into it. I'm surprised that they haven't necessarily found any image of the individual, especially the ones who's running around in her car. And quite frankly, they didn't say it was one. They said it was actually two or more people that was in her vehicle. So I don't know. This is getting very interesting. It's still sad nonetheless. It's really sad nonetheless. Josh said, I think she escaped from the trunk. That could be a possibility. We don't know necessarily if this is a kidnapping type of situation. And if it is, then that means they would have to kind of like they would have to take surveillance from all the streets from that night. They would have to start from literally from the afternoon until when the incident occurred, to see if she was on any street. Where was she coming from? Was she coming from work? Was she coming from school? Was somebody, did somebody scoop her up into the car? But the thing about it is, it's her car. So did somebody, pull a gun on her and told her to get in the car, you know what I'm saying, and drove her to that location? We don't even know whether or not where the location that she died. We don't know if she's a neighbor. We don't know if she's a neighbor. Do she even live in that that neighborhood, or was that just the place that they decided to do the deed at? We don't know any of this yet. It's crazy.
The cameras wasn't working.
Right. It stopped working. It only picked up around like 3:00 in the morning. That beating felt personal. Why use up all that energy when you have a gun to use? Right, exactly. It was very personal. Very, very personal. You wanted to brutalize that girl. That's the whole point. You know, you wanted her to die slowly and in a very painful death. Because if it was just all about just shooting them, just shoot them, right? Too easy. Brucey said, just one of many reasons to live in the South. We can beat tickets. You know what, Brucey, go in the corner. Let's go on.
Car made one final stop, somewhere on Kilbourne Street. Natala's cell phone data not only confirmed her movements on the night she died, investigators were also able to access some of her messaging history. They found that on the day she died, she was in contact with a man named Therese. The two made frequent arrangements to meet. Their relationship did not appear to be a romantic one, exactly, but rather a physical and casual one. As it turns out, Therese lived in a house on Kilbourne Street. He was brought in for questioning, and a search warrant was executed on his home.
So I got the call, like, man, something happened to Sparkles? Because that's what we call it. We call it Sparkle, because that's her little nickname. I'm like, bro, something happened to Sparkles? And I called one of her friends. One of her friends didn't even know what happened to her. I'm like, what happened to Sparkles? She's like, I don't know why you said that. Why you said that? I'm like, cause motherfucker, it's on the internet. Something just happened to her. She called. She like, I'm about to call you back. Hung up and called me back. Oh my God.
Therese was extremely cooperative with the Detroit detectives. He handed over his cell phone for a data extraction. He offered his DNA for testing against samples from the Ford Focus and the crime scene. And he took a polygraph test. Therese explained that he had not seen Natala for several days before her death, and he had never been in her car.
So it's safe to say your DNA is not going to be nowhere in her car?
Never. Won't be at all. Never been in her car at all. Or on her. Or on her.
Messages supported Therese's assertions. He passed his polygraph. The search of his home did not turn up any.
So, AKA Sparkles was dealing with this guy, and he wasn't that far from the area where she was at. I believe him. He passed everything with flying curlers. The fact that he was really forthcoming to even give that type of information, his DNA, fingerprints, take the cell phone. You can see the last conversations I had with her. I haven't seen her in a couple of days, and I never had to be in her car because I would come scoot little baby up, and we would go have a good time. So, you know, that tells a lot that he really didn't have anything to do with this. Most people would be very hesitant to give up their DNA and stuff like that, especially if they would be considered the suspect. He already confirmed to them that her girlfriends got in contact with him and said, did you see the news? And when the last time you spoke to Sparkle? And he's like, what you talking about? What happened with Sparkle? And then he got the news. You know what I'm saying? So even if let's say if he was the perpetrator, after he knew on the news that everybody found her body and she's found deceased, and that you've been dating her or you had a romantic relationship with her, you know that you're going to be kind of like the number one suspect because you're the last person that she was dating or dealing with, right? You wouldn't be that forthcoming to give up all your fingerprints and your DNA if you knew that you did something. What you think, Miss J?
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah,
he's good because he already was aware, you know, what happened, and he was like, here, no hesitation.
Right.
No hesitation. So, but I think it's Mr. Camera dude that was taping the car.
Okay. And why do you think that?
Because he watched the whole thing and he said he heard, because he said he heard her say, "Help me," right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he said 2 minutes later he started recording the car.
Mm-hmm.
Then he said then the car drove, because that was her car that she got
Right.
thrown. That was her car. But the thing that he's missing is he said he heard her say, "Help me," right?
Mm-hmm.
But they already beat her, and they put a bullet in her. So when they tossed the body, he couldn't hear her say, "Help me," because she was already done for. Think about look at they if you remember the video, they pulled the car in, right? They pulled the car in. He dumps the body, but he said he heard her say, "Help me."
Right. So he said that before he started recording, he heard somebody scream, "Help me." Then he said he heard gunshots.
Oh,
And
he said he heard gun. Oh, I missed that. Okay.
Yeah, he said he heard a gunshot.
Okay.
Then that's what compelled him to start videotaping, and that's when he videotaped the person running to the white vehicle with the doors open and the trunk open that we saw in his little video that he had. So that's how he's framed up what he heard and what led up to him creating the video, right?
Okay.
Here's the thing. I'm up, my mind is open for anything, right? We don't even know if he's a lookout person. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, this is Detroit. Okay? He could be a lookout person. He can be the person to be like, yeah, man, I could take this video, whatever not, and have them go looking around and running around for A, B, C, and D. We don't even know. Like I said, they said that car is similar to Sparkle's car, but we don't really know if that is her car, right? They have to confiscate the car to actually confirm the registration unless they have the license plate. And then it seemed like they was really getting the license plate. They couldn't even get the actual clear image of the individuals who was driving the car. So I don't really know if they really got good images of whether they can confirm or not if that was her car. But the whole thing seems very sketchy. I'm just glad that the guy that she was recently dealing with, he's been cleared that he had no involvement with it. He do seem very concerned, even in his in his voice. His tone is just showing me that he's kind of like he's upset about it. You know what I'm saying? He's upset about it, and he wants to know what happened. And I guess he's just trying to give as much information as possible. Let's see. Mr. Barr said, do you think he knew something was off with her? Well, I mean, there could have been a possibility. He did say that there was a couple of days that he didn't have time with her or he didn't spend with her. I don't think it's about being off. I think that maybe she was just going to do her own thing. We don't know whether or not if their romantic relationship took a pause. You know what I'm saying? They were just friends in that way, we don't know. I'm just very happy that he's not, like, he's clearing himself at the end of the day. Josh said he also wanted to stay anonymous and his help was to call the police. Right, yeah, right. But he did help. He did let himself know. Especially once he gave them the video, then he had to give his ID, at that point. Mary said it was probably her main thing. It's giving domestic. Yeah, it does get domestic. That's what I think that's what's coming up with. Yeah, I don't know. Turkey said, good point. That's us. A strange detail. Yeah, that is a strange detail. Mr. Boss said, didn't they say that she had no ops? Right, they did say that she had no ops. So that also leads to me, again, back to the domestic violence. Even the way that she was brutally beaten up will lead me to believe that it was domestic violence. They haven't said that she was beaten up with another weapon. They didn't say that she was beaten with a bat or anything like that. So she was literally beaten up by brutal force, and we all know that men can possibly do that to women. Lot says, sorry about that. Evil is strong right now. Yeah, it is. All right, let's go on. Let's see what else he has to say.
Anything suspicious. DNA testing would take some time, but detectives were already seeking new leads. The link to Kilbourne Street was clear. Could Natala have known anyone else on that street?
You know, if she messed with anybody on your block? Has she ever mentioned that she fucked around with anybody over there?
I told you, we don't really mention nothing to each other, but what?
We trying to get to the bottom of it. And again, you know, if this clears you, that's fine. But rest assured, if it's some other things that we can't clear up that are pointing to you, we're going to have to address them. Okay?
Therese was eliminated as a suspect, though it quickly became clear that he was far from the only man that Natala had been communicating with. Indeed, her messaging history showed hookups with multiple men. In March of that year, the 24-year-old had lost her job at a Chrysler dealership, leaving her finances in delicate shape. At some point that spring, according to one of her closest friends, Natala went from being a frequent dater to charging. Her family did not know.
What was her job? What's her profession?
Is that a profession?
It's the oldest profession in the world.
Well, I mean, you know what her job was or what she was doing. So, I mean.
Yes, I might know, but I still.
Oh, you want me to tell you?
Yes.
Okay, so pretty much she's on the app, meeting people, like, whatever. Yeah, that's what she was doing.
What app was she?
She never told me. She didn't want me to know.
Okay.
She didn't want me to know.
Natala kept her new choice of work close to the chest. Already a private person, she shared details of this part of her life with very few individuals.
Besides you, who else does she really confide in? Do you know?
Not many people. She was very, like, I guess you could say, like, secretive. Because, obviously.
So what do you feel about that, Miss Jalen? Now we know that she was pretty much a escort. She lost her job at Chrysler. And anybody who knows anything about Detroit, the job market is not the best. I'll just say it like that. It's not the best. Especially when they took a lot of the manufacturing of the vehicles and stuff like that out of Detroit. It kind of like destabilized the job market. So what do you feel about her now understanding that she was being an escort and dating multiple men for money on one of those Tinder Plenty of Fish apps? What do you think about it?
My heart truly goes out to her. Like you know what? At the end of the day, no one should be, deleted that way. And really, my heart goes out to her. It just saddened me because I was like, wow, I didn't see that, and remember, it's going to get more interesting because it's triple. There's more people involved. So it's like, this is sad. This is really, really, really sad.
No, absolutely. I agree, because now this makes the case for the detectives really hard to find out what actually happened to her and to bring the culprit to justice, right? Because now you have to find all these different men. We don't know if some of the men are local. We don't know if some of the men were men who flew in. We don't know, right? So they got to do all this history research and back chat and find out who was the last person that she could have possibly saying, hey, we're going to link up and we're going to go on this date and whatever not. Then on top of that, we have the situation where we now have serial killers, and I hope you guys are keeping up with the news. We have serial killers and sociopaths, psychos. They are literally using these dating apps, Plenty of Fish, Tinder, and all that to subdue their victims just for harm. Not even just for like sex, and then they get enraged or something trigger them and they harm the individual. No, they're literally using it to lure victims in now at this point. It was a serial killer that was, I think, was just recently found out in like Chicago or something like that. He
We
was
have one
on.
here. We have one in New York.
No, we just had one in New York, right? And there's one that I saw that happened in Chicago just recently, where he was going on these online dating sites, linking up with these girls, and he was beating them with a 2x4 plywood. Lady barely got away with her life. Barely got away with her life. It's like, it's not safe. It's not safe. We know that there was always going to be freaks and creeps on those apps and stuff. We always knew that, but now we have the worst of the worst individuals is also using those same apps to get victims. It's an easy way for them to get victims now. So just keep in mind, it's sad. It's really, really sad. Mary said it probably was some crazy, over obsessed individuals, maybe wanting more things with multiple people at the place. That could be a possibility. Really sad. She was young and surely had potential. Yeah, I agree. The fact is that, we learned a little bit about her, knowing that she did have a actual full job. This wasn't her first choice to do anything like this. It seemed like she was on her own. She wasn't living with her parents anymore. She wanted to be a young adult and take care of herself. And she did have a job at Chrysler. So this wasn't her first route. It's just that she felt that she had no other route to make quick money to fund her life. And this is why she took this route, which is really, 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 really sad if you really think about it. That sometimes some individuals get to that point. Let's see. Oh, hold on. Hey, Moa, how are you? It's good to see you. Good to see you. How are you? How are you? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Truly appreciate you being here. Turkey said, I'm in so many possibilities with this: an obsessed lover, customer, somebody who did inappropriate things that you didn't want to get busted, somebody who didn't want to pay. You know what? Those are so many different scenarios, Turkey. I agree. So many different scenarios. Let's see. So you're not going to say hey to Robert Robinson. I said hi to you earlier. Hi. Joanne said, my best friend in high school went away for college and she was failing and dropped out of school. I flew to visit her, and when we went to her room, all you can see is 50s and 100s covering her floor. I brought her home. It's sad because it's sad when some individuals think that they have to resort to this, and it's literally sometimes it's fast money, and then it doesn't help where you have some individuals who's on social media who is, I guess it seems that they're being successful participating in this type of career field. That can really mess up your psyche into believing that, hey, this is the route that I need to go, because you see a few 4 or 5 individuals who say, hey, I do this job and look how successful I'm getting flown out, I'm living in $1 million mansion or penthouse, I have, you really believe that I could do that. And the truth is that those people who are successful in that type of career fair is slim to none. Like, it's a very few percentage of people are actually very successful, that you see them being able to spurge out. And what those individuals who do that, who tells you and promote that lifestyle, they don't tell you exactly everything they had to do to get to that, right? They only tell you the good parts, right? Because that's the only way that's going to entice you to think about, changing career fields. They don't tell you the bad parts. They don't tell you the things they had to do behind the scene, right? They don't tell you the people that they might have to be intimate with that they didn't want to be intimate with, right? They don't tell you the parties that they had to attend that they didn't want to attend, right? They don't tell you those things, because then you will actually make a logical decision to be like, you know what? the money ain't that worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that, no. I don't want to use half of the money that I make seeking life therapy for the things I saw, did, or whatever experience. I don't think I want to use half the money that I make for that type of lifetime therapy. They won't tell you that. They will not tell you that. But I'm glad that you brought her home, Miss Joanne. I'm really glad that you did. Turkey said, that's crazy. That's why you meeting a very public place or even go with a friend. I agree. Definitely meet in a public place. 100%, right? If you could go with a friend, go with a friend. But even with that, like nowadays, you got to do your due diligence. You got to do double research. You can't even give out your real number. You better give out a Google number. You know what I'm saying? You like there's so many things you need to do nowadays. It's not like regular harmless dating anymore. Or I should say what we believe, who the older crew, us who believe in harmless dating. I don't think it was harmless dating back then too. We had our crazy parts too, but it's really different nowadays. The way how people are also using technology to do crime. Mr. Bot said, "MJ the GOAT." Thank you, Mr. Bot. You're so sweet. Turkey said, "Miss J, y'all get crazy." Oh yes, we did. Yes, we was dying. We was dying up here. Okay, they try to kill us. They try to kill me.
Pimp down.
I was pimped down. I was like, pimp down. I got a shovel 8 times. Pimp down. My back. I'm telling you, I really felt my age. For the last 2 weeks, I really felt my age. What we had, 4 feet? Really felt my age. Mr. Bot said, what if she got fired and a person could not handle the fact that she was no longer an escort? That could be a possibility. What if she didn't want to be... What if she didn't want to be an escort anymore? Have you ever thought about that, Ms. Jalen? What if she decided that she didn't want to be an escort anymore? And she told the guy, one of her clients, that, hey, listen, you knew what the deal was. This was just a transactional situation. I am not your girl and you're not my man. Do you think that's a possibility?
There was a pimp. There was some, I heard about this before, like, Telegram.
Okay.
That's an app where you can go and you can delete stuff right away. There's nothing stored there. Well, unless they go.
So they say.
Right. So they say, but it is, that app is like untraceable, and they said there's a lot of trafficking through that, not only particularly them, but the apps. Period. So what I'm trying to say is that there's other things going on that we don't see, like through the apps, especially, that's how they communicate a lot. Because remember, the lady who has the face cover said she kept it private to herself, her chest. Like, she really didn't tell everybody, I'm on this app and this is what I'm doing. Like, nobody knew. They knew she was doing something, but they didn't know the in-depth of it. Because remember, when I'm texting you, nobody's going to see the messages between you and I. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
What's going on? So they could have been a third party, like the person who videotaped again. I keep going back there because I feel like he knew something. I don't think he was videotaping by accident.
Okay.
So I'm just throwing that out there. I'm just thinking, lawyer wise.
No, all right. You listen, you the chat lawyer. You got to come up with these theories. Let's go. Let's get into it. So we're going to talk a little bit more about, her confirming what type of work that she possibly does as much to the best of her ability, and probably get into if she had met any of her suitors before.
Obviously, she felt judged because she wasn't doing the right thing. Right. So nobody pretty much knew what she had going on.
She would not tell her friend which online applications she used to connect with clients. She did not share names. Those who were in the know cautioned her to be careful and stay safe, particularly after she mentioned being on an app named Inmate Delight.
A lady at Motor City. Okay. Because one day she got into it with a guy, and they were in the thing, she screaming for help and all this. And I'm like trying to tell her like, you need to stop going out in the middle of the night,
Right.
because anything can happen.
And how would she communicate with?
She told me it was an app called Inmate Delight. I believe that's what she told me. And then
Say that app name again.
Inmate Delight.
Inmate Delight.
Yeah, but I'm not sure. And I kept asking her if that's the name of it. She said,
What?
Investigators discovered that there was one other man that Natayla was in contact with on the day she died who raised red flags. 23-year-old Jonathan Lamont Welch. Jonathan had a criminal record, one that had started only 2 days before the murder. On June 2nd, his longtime girlfriend and mother to their baby boy, Zalea Frazier, reported a brutal assault. She told Detroit PD that she awoke in the night around 3 a.m. to her boyfriend angry and pulling her from the bedroom down the stairs to their living room. Prepared for her at the bottom of the stairs were a collection of implements, a gasoline can, a pair of garden shears, an extension cord, a belt, a towel, a metal pole, a drill, and a circular saw. She told police that someone must have tried to call her cell phone in the night, at which point Jonathan tried to unlock the phone to see who called, but he didn't have the passcode. This, Zalea said, prompted his rage. Several hours later, Zalea escaped the house and managed to call police. By that time, Jonathan had grabbed the car keys and taken off. Charges for assault, as well as torture, were pursued, but Jonathan could not be found. Given this violent report and his connection to Natayla Morse, police began a surveillance operation on his house on Kilbourne Street. While watching the house on the corner of Kilbourne and...
So, how we feeling?
Oh my God.
Yeah. He seemed like he's a maniac. He seemed like he was at the point where he was going to brutally harm his mother of his child. It just so happened that she was able to get away. And then he dipped. You could tell by the house is boarded up, like the windows and everything is boarded up. Doesn't mean that he's not still in there. And he had a record. He had a record. My thing is, why? One of the things that shocked me about it is like, out of all the apps that you can go on, why Inmate Delight? What is attractive about an inmate? I swear, after Prison Bay, women done lost their goddamn mind. I'm sorry. After Prison Bay, like, I'm not trying to say that a man who probably does have a criminal record, he probably did go to prison, he did his time, everything's good. That's different, right? And he's been on the up and the straightaway. That's different. But the fact is that you went on an app that's called Inmate Delight. That is, to me, that just says that you're literally looking for a criminal. You're going to go on the app and say, hey, hi, I'm into inmates. Yeah, show me what you got. Do you got your killers? Do you got your sex offenders? Do you got your little pedophiles? Do you got your drug dealers? Do you got your, your serial killers? Please just like hook me up. Yes, my number is ... Who in their right mind would literally go on that type of particular app and think that that was a good idea? I'm not. My thing is, why would we even allow an individual to create a certain app like that? Where's the guidelines at? Did the guidelines go out the window? Huh? Did we just say, no, we're not, anything can be created at this point? Let it rock. As long as you know how to code, you can create whatever app you want. front developer web app you want and just go for it. Because like to let something like that fly is insane.
I'm taking my own advice. Cállate. I need a lawyer because this is.
Yo,
listen.
Inmate delight though.
Listen, there's certain things that I've seen, right? Because I don't, in the sense of being online, because I told you all the time, I'm not a social media person, and sometimes I click on things and I fall down this rabbit hole, right? I saw a stream where they was showing that they were saying like there's an app where this guy has this whole app, like he runs it like LLC, and he has all these young women there. So and it's out in the open. It's not like this, but like this stuff is out in the open, and it to me it's like it's normalized, right? Like it's no longer go get a job. No, it's let's go on social media and let's make money and how we can make money, right? It's like there's no more options for let's go work, right? You understand what I'm saying? Like it's now it's you know what, let me go do OnlyFans. It's now where it's more that less, because don't get it twisted. Don't think these young men are not doing the same thing as these young ladies, because they are. they out there, making their due. But the thing is, it's sad for me is listening to this, ladies and gentlemen. And you're not old, by the way, because I must be a fossil. Me being an elder and listening to this really breaks my heart, because I have so many young people, my nieces and nephews. This really breaks my heart, because it's like, and they just tossed her away. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? They just tossed her away.
Like, no, I agree. It was horrible and it's shameful what happened to her. It's just that my whole point of me bringing up the intimate delight, and this is not to say that people who possibly have prison records do not deserve love if they rehabilitate themselves, or they're they're welcoming and they know how to conduct themselves back in society. I'm not the person to say no, you mess up once and you don't get no chances at all, right? Depending on what the crime is, right? Because I'm sorry, if you're a murder, I want you locked up and throw away the key. I don't want to hear no one, twice, whatever, not, unless it's out of self-defense. I don't want to hear nothing, right? Self-defense of yourself and others, I don't want to hear nothing about it, right? But my point of bringing that up is that is a safety. She said, I initially thought it was me that not it's inmate that, like, Miss Joanne. My whole point is this app, the app itself is so unsafe. You don't know what type of inmate or what that person is actually have gotten locked up and charged for or did time for. And we know that people on these apps lie. Like regular Tinder, I think it is, right? Yeah, Tinder and Plenty of Fish and stuff like that. They lie. They put their best representative for. So you could literally have somebody say, oh yeah, I was locked up because of a petty crime. I robbed a convenience store. I was down and about and I was hungry and I robbed the convenience store. And turn to find out that this person literally went to jail 25 years because he was a pedophile and he was found to be touching on children for such and such years. Or he was sex trafficking 14, 15-year-old girl. Like, you won't know until you know, right? So I just think that that's a danger that they would even allow an app like that to be created, and it doesn't have any strict governing, because certain crimes you can't be be a part of society the way that everybody else can move around and navigate with each other in society, right? Like you really can't. Like someone who is a sex offender, we have registries for that. They can't be by schools, they can't be by libraries, they can't be by colleges and stuff like that. That's why we have those type of directories and lists and stuff like that, because there's certain places that, depending on the crime and how gruesome the crime is, you really can't navigate society or our environment the way how everybody else does. You can't, and that's a right that you lost after committing whatever said crime you committed. So I just think that it's a safety situation with the fact that of an app that's called Inmate Delight is available. And I don't think they're keeping track, nor can they confirm that the individuals that are signing up to this app are who they say they are, and that their crimes are what they say they committed. That's my point of a point of attention from there. Let's see. Turkey said, I agree, MJ. What is crazy to me is you hear about people that are like 8-time offenders just right. Yeah. And Turkey said, yeah, but I suppose, MJ, if you do your due diligence, if they committed a serious enough crime, you're going to find out about it if you do a simple online search. No, I agree. But I will tell you, especially if you're young, I think our young women are wising up now, but there's still some young women who are not doing that, right? They just like, they're in love, they like being gullible, they like being naive, they love the tingling motions and stuff like that. They want to hope and believe that the person that they're into is the right person that they want to be into. So I don't think that they're doing their due diligence in that way, really doing background checks and stuff like that, or even asking, for the person's full name, or birthday, something that you can actually like research. Like there's been situations where I heard that people was dating people who didn't even know their real names. True story. They didn't know their real name. They literally called them by the name from the profile name that they met them at. It was crazy. They didn't know anything about them. Mary said, everything public record. Everything that's put out there can be public record. Stranger danger. Yep. True. Maybe it's the whole bad boy thing that I'm getting out of jail is attractive. I don't get I'm gonna tell you what it is. It's not necessarily the bad boy. It's not necessarily bad. I know a lot of men want to believe that women love the bad boys. No, women don't love bad boys. Women loves the confidence that these quote unquote bad boys exude. These bad boys are very confident of themselves. They are true and they understand the skin that they're in. They're not trying to appease anyone. They're themselves. And them being their authentic self is attractive. It's not the fact that they actually are bad. They do not enjoy the bad element, right? And then on top of that, there is a little bit of their ego behind it too, thinking that if they're special, to that individual won't do what he have said or claimed that he have done to other people, because I'm special. He wouldn't do that to me. So that's like feeding into your ego part of believing that you're special, and that that type of situation would have happened to you because of who you are. So that's really what that the girls like bad guy, that's what the dynamic is. It's really not the act. It's literally how they exude confidence.
You know what? I'm gonna add something to. I'm gonna tail end on it. What it is that some women think that they could do a build the inmate. They think they can redo them. They want to save them. They become the enabler, like, and close their eyes and think.
No, I was answering the question. Go ahead.
Oh,
yeah. He said, so basically you like bad boys. Hell no. Hell no. No.
And you know what? And we can do. I did a background check on someone, and it sits on my computer to today, and it reminds me why I don't do social media. This person had 105 cases. Him by himself. When I saw, and I was like, never, ever, ever. And I'm talking about this was like before 2016. It's been a minute. And I said, I will never ever, like when like Mary said, background checks go a long way, ladies and gentlemen. If they don't give you their name, they don't give you their date of birth, they don't tell you exactly where they are, run. Don't be going by just their name and their profiles and their avatars. You do not know what's behind that.
Yep. You can't do that anymore.
Mm-mm.
You like, I know it seemed like you being a Spectre, what is it, Expected Gadget? Yeah, you're gonna have to be Expected Gadget in this bitch. I'm sorry. Excuse my French, Miss Joanne. I'm sorry. I love you. I love you. Let's go on before Miss Joanne beat me up from cursing.
Dickerson, officers observed two individuals approach the door and attempt to gain entry. They were Jonathan's parents, his mother, Flossie Bray, and stepfather, Robert Bray Jr. When their vehicle was stopped, officers noticed Flossie was carrying a registered handgun, a purple and black Taurus 9mm semi-automatic. It was temporarily seized and she was brought in for questioning. The aim was to gain information about her son, and specifically, his whereabouts. She was told only that the entire street was under surveillance for an investigation, nothing about Natala's murder or her son as the prime suspect.
And so far, nobody ain't told me nothing, just asking me questions.
Right. So, like I said, we have a little sting operation going on over there. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So the sting operation is whoever's over in that area coming off that block, we'll get them if they have any kind of warrants or anything. If they're.
But what do getting picked up from my son's house got to do with all of this? So sting operation. Detective James is a homicide detective. The lady said that on the phone when she called up for.
Flossie was not impressed. She told the detectives very little, claiming that she did not know where her son was. She also claimed to be unaware of the state of his relationship with the mother of his young son, whom he had recently hospitalized, Zalea Frazier.
Yeah, they're not talking. He hasn't seen her in about a week.
Oh, okay. Something going on between them?
Nah, I don't know. I try to mind my own business, stay out of other people's business. I don't know what they be got going on.
Right.
Is my son down here?
No, your son's not down there. I have no idea where your son is.
So why did they send me down here? That's what I'm saying.
I can't tell you that. I don't know. I couldn't tell you that.
Okay, thank you.
Flossie walked out of the station on June 10th. Jonathan was apprehended that same day with an arrest warrant listing homicide as the central charge. His booking photos showed partially healed scratches up and down his left arm and chest. He had tattoos of the women in his life, Flossie Bray and Zalea Frazier. When it came time for his bond, only the assault and torture charges were presented. A buccal swab had been obtained from Jonathan while in custody to test against the samples from Natala's case, though yet again these results would take some time. He was assigned a $100,000 bond. His mother Flossie found a bail bondsman to cover the 10% necessary to secure his release. Sometime between mid-June and early July, the record varies, Jonathan was fixed with an ankle monitor and told to remain at his parents' home on Kenosha Street in Harper Woods. Shortly after his release, Zalea was compelled to bring their 18-month-old son to the home to see him, despite a restraining order that she had in place. On July 10th, from inside one of the bedrooms of the Bray family home, Zalea placed a call to 911.
I'm being held hostage. You're being held hostage. My house father. My house father, he is trying to kill me.
Is he at the house right now?
Yes.
And how is he trying to kill you?
Okay, he's not letting me leave the house. His mother is hiding me in the room.
Okay, is he at the location?
Yes.
And is he trying to harm you?
I haven't been able to leave out the house.
For how long?
Moments following the dispatcher's question, screams could be heard from inside the house.
That was definitely disturbing. Trigger warning, everyone, trigger warning. So she was literally trying to call 911 for help to get the police come over there, and I guess he heard that she was on the phone with the operators, and he decided to just proceed to come into the room, and he shot her 3 times while she was on the phone with the operator. And that's just terrible. Quite terrible. So apparently, it seems that this individual probably had unalived his child's mother before, got on the app, look for one of these girls, and he already got the bloodthirst now, right? What they say? The juice, you got the juice now. He had the juice in him. He was bloodthirsty at this point, and I guess in a way it kind of feels good for him to take out his frustration and anger on women, because it just seemed like he has a history of doing that, just being very violent towards women. It's really sad. So trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning. Miss Joanne said that 911 operator didn't seem too interested in her safety. She didn't. She acted like it was nothing. She acted like, well, what are you calling for? How can I help you? And you notice how that seems to be like the trend that's going on in Detroit, because the last operator was the same way with the man, and then now this operator is the same way with this woman, but she now witnessed and heard herself that something happened to the woman that she was on the phone with. There is no sense of urgency that's going on down there. Now, I don't know if it's because they're underpaid. I don't know if it's because they're overwhelmed. I don't know what it is, but yeah, it's quite disturbing how
you see how cold they sound. Like it's like a regular phone call. Like big deal.
Are you talking to your girlfriend?
You chilling.
Right. No problem, sweetheart, dear. No problem. You gotta take care of business first. You know what I'm saying? That was very disturbing. Very, very, very disturbing. I ain't even gonna be, I'm not even gonna hold you. I didn't really even like how the detectives were speaking to the suspects.
You picked it up?
It was very unprofessional to me. Right? You're saying, oh, well, it's the oldest profession in history. Really? Why would you say that? Like, she's there's a difference between someone actually calling themselves a prostitute and someone who's a escort, because there's people who actually do just pay just to have the company of women. It doesn't necessarily have to do with sex. But for you to just throw it out there while you're speaking to a victim's family member, talking about, well, it's the oldest profession in history. And even with the lady detective, the way how she talked, was she out there smashing anybody on the street? Like, that's very unprofessional. Now, I don't know if because it's the environment that's making them or causing them to react in that way, but it's very shameful. It's very, very shameful. Bye, Mr. Robot. Thank you for coming. Mr. Bot, sorry. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you.
Thank you for hanging. Sweet dreams.
Yeah, sweet dreams. Turkey said, I was listening to a story the other day of a girl who is basically mentally ill, got lost in the woods, and gave the operator her location, and he completely botched it when it was clear as day. Yeah. Some people can't do that job. Sweetheart said that's how they are in Detroit. Yeah, I agree.
You know what? You want me to tell you something though, sweetheart? And I'm from New York. Um, when we call to here, it's the same way. There's no difference. It's like 20. The fast forward, like there was compassion. There is. It's not there anymore. It's like the violence. There is like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? Oh, okay. There's no urgency anymore because then we have a case. Did you see the case in Brooklyn? The lady, they said she fell down through the chute and she got. And I got to give you the case. You guys, I think her name was Michelle something. Forgot her last name. She fell through the chute, and
Okay.
they put it as an accident, but she got chopped up.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
In the so they ruled it an accident, but the partner, her father of her kids, was saying he says it was foul play, so they're kind of fighting it. But I tell you, over here, it's really all over. Like it's violence now is becoming a norm. You know, like it's just truly there's no more compassion anymore. It's like this is becoming normalized.
Yeah, it's getting suck. It's really getting scary out there. Let's see. Sweetheart said I worked and lived there for 4 years. Oh, okay. So you definitely know. Okay. Mary said I have to stay up on my true crime to be aware. People always ask why is it imperative to be aware in 2026. Yeah, no, I'm glad you're here to rock with us, Mary. Turkey says those 911 operators just don't listen half the time. It seems like I don't think they was even interested. Pretty much, they literally was talking to her like now what? Why are you calling me? Like that's what kind of energy I got while she's talking on the phone saying that my baby father is trying to kill me. You didn't say, oh, you said, well, why do you think that? And she's like, well, I've been trying to leave and he wouldn't let me leave for a whole hour and he's been prancing back and forth. You know, you're questioning her like this is time of, this is an emergency. If her life is in danger, what if she was over exaggerating and he doesn't want to kill her? Do that mean that him abusing her is even better? Where is your sense of emergency? You know what I'm saying? And for me not to hear that from operators or even trying to coerce her, I wouldn't say coerce, I would say a better word, trying to guide her through what she can do while she's waiting for authorities to come. None of that take place. In fact, you're questioning her and pretty much questioning her validity of why she even made the phone call. That's a problem. That's a very big problem. Turkey said it seems to be like a nationwide thing because this was in California. I think a lot of it has to do with they get a lot of bogus calls throughout the day. So kind of a boy cry wolf type situation. Yeah, but there's a law that it's a crime to call 911, to falsely call 911 and to utilize our resources in that way. If they find out that you was calling for no apparent reason or whatever not, you can get a charge for that. So I don't think that we don't have that many bogus calls like how we used to before when everybody used to overwhelm our 911 operating system for every little thing. Mary said, yes, not safe anywhere. Better lock your doors. I agree. Let's go on. Trigger warning, trigger warning.
House. The audio becomes muffled and incoherent. Then the call drops. But only 2 minutes after the first call, a second one was placed. This one originated from a neighbor. Flossie Bray had stumbled through her door, collapsing in the entranceway, a knife lodged in her back.
Hey, I need an ambulance ASAP. She's 641 Kenosha. I have a woman in my house who was scared to death.
Ma'am?
Yes.
What's your address?
Just help him out.
Okay, all right. I'll have an ambulance on the way.
Who did this to you?
To the caller. Next car will be en route.
Who did this to you?
Officers responded to the neighbor's address. As they approached, they found Flossie on the floor just inside the door.
Or you better step them up. It looks bad.
She said her son stabbed her in the back, stabbed the whole family.
Where's he at?
I don't know, but come here, look.
Oh my God.
That's what I'm saying. They got to get here. Hurry up.
Stabbing the whole family.
Where's he at? What house?
What house? What house? Come on, baby, stay with me. What house?
Come on. Talk to me.
Hey, come on.
I can't move the knife because it'll only make it worse.
Right, I know she wants me to get the fan on her and get ice water, but I can't move her. I can't let go of her because it'll go right in her back for her. Come on, baby.
Where's the guy at? Where's the suspect?
Son is stabbing everybody in the house, but we're trying to find out what address. What's your address?
Hurry up. No. Stay down. Stay down.
Look familiar. Yeah, just stay there.
Flossie was able to communicate bits and pieces to her neighbor and the responding officers, but was unable to articulate a response to the most pressing question: where was the attack taking place? The neighbors had seen each other only in passing. They did not know for certain who lived where. It was not clear which house Flossie had run from, nor whether anyone else was still in danger. As additional officers arrived on scene, they sought out other neighbors who could point them in the right direction.
Come with me. Just don't touch anything, all right? I want you to just look at her face.
This is so sad, but shout out to Turkey Sandwich with the $10 super chat. I truly appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much. He said, just cause I appreciate y'all ladies. Thank you so much, Turkey. I appreciate your financial support. I appreciate your viewership, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. You're awesome, Turkey. Thank you.
Thank you. But I'm feeding fur baby. I'll be right back.
Oh yeah, go ahead. No problem.
Look at her face, tell her where she lives.
Right there.
Where, right here? This greenhouse?
Right there with that, right 206.
Okay, there's blood on the door. All right.
Flossie was placed in an ambulance while officers tried to get a grasp on the situation. They did not know if the attack was ongoing, though they suspected that was the case. It was unclear how many other people were still inside the Bray house, though Zelaya, who had placed the 911 call, was still unaccounted for. What they did know was that they had an interaction with Robert Bray Jr. only the night before. He had been involved in a traffic accident and was facing drug charges.
Son is still over there, and it's a wife, he got a girlfriend, and they got a baby. And it's a man over there. He just had an accident last night.
Yeah, we know about the man with the accident.
So that's the son car right there. So he in the house.
Okay. Hey, Matt, Mike. Here's what we got. Yeah.
Thank you.
He's in the house.
That's
The
a
son's
good
in the
word.
house
I appreciate
with a wife and a kid. According to the neighbor.
Do we have a phone number for
No.
that house?
Learning that both Jonathan and Robert were also inside the house, officers armed themselves and began to surround the building. As they caught a glimpse inside, they saw smoke. A fire had been lit towards the back of the house.
I got movement inside the house. He's setting it on fire. The kitchen's on fire.
Minutes later, from the street, a child was spotted in the backyard.
Coming out of the back. We got a kid coming out of the back. House on fire?
The young boy was rescued from the yard, unharmed.
Grab that baby.
The fate of his mother and grandfather remained unclear as more officers arrived and established a perimeter around the property.
Do we know how many more kids are in that house? How many kids do they have? Okay, one kid? Okay, all right, so we got all the babies out. All right.
Only minutes after recovering the child, as the responders planned next steps, gunshots rang out.
Oh, shit! Get down!
4 to 5 shots were fired from inside the house out of the front window and east side window where 2 officers were positioned. They believed that at least 2 of these shots struck a house positioned behind them on the street. The Wayne County Special Response Team was called. Firefighters had already arrived, though were held back by the gunfire and potential hostage situation. Flames could be seen up towards the back of the building from the kitchen, then periodically calming down. The smoke, however, continued to build. As the evening wore on,
So it seems that the suspect pretty much went into a murder-suicide type of situation. He ended up unaliving his baby mama, and then he ended up trying to unalive his mother and everybody else that was in the house, because they know that that's not okay. All right, that's not okay. It seems like his family is not going to be the one to be like, "Oh my God, you had to take the girl out, baby. Now let's get you out the country or whatever." Not, no, they would have been like, "What the hell's wrong with you? Let's call 911. You demon! I don't know what happened. You're not my son." So he decided that he wanted to take everyone out, and he set the fire. He set the fire in the house because he thought that the smoke was going to get him before the cops got him. So he wanted the fumes and all that stuff to be going while he knows that they're going to call SWAT and they're going to come in with a team to come in there. He was trying to go out by the smoke, not go out guns and glory. He was going to go out by the smoke. And it seemed like he ended up shooting his stepfather in the house. Those were the extra shots that we just heard and that we just saw in the video. I'll say the only decent thing the little mofo did was literally let the child go. Right? Don't take the child life. Don't let the child suffer and go with your demon ass. He just let the child go. That's the only semi decent thing I think that this individual did through this whole entire thing. I'm sorry, I'm kind of speechless. But as you see, like the SWAT team has come around, they have surrounded the area. They have to pretty much, before they can even go in, they have to make sure that they are in, how can I put it for you, for civilians to understand? They have to make sure that the coast is clear. They have to secure the area before they actually go in, head in. Obviously, they know that he still has a weapon and he still has a certain amount of shots. They don't know what type of weapon he is, so they can't gauge how many bullets he has left, right? So all these things they have to take into consideration. The fact that the bullets are actually going into a neighbor's house, they could probably understand what type of bullet it is that's able to do that. That will give them an understanding of probably what type of gun he has. Then they have to also make sure that they have to be able to find him and know where he is in the house. They have to also make sure, and this is why they keep on confirming with the neighbors around how many people live there, right? And even though they have an understanding of how many people live there, that doesn't mean that he's not in there with somebody else, right? They don't know whether or not if this was an act that he did with another person or he did by himself. These are things that they don't know. So all that has to be into consideration before they actually take their move to try to get this guy. The fact that there is shots going out, they're going to treat him as he is violent and he's dangerous. So most likely they will probably return fire first before anything else. I'm just going to be real. I'm just going to keep it honest with you.
Is this Flossie house that I'm listening to?
Yes.
Wasn't she just being questioned?
Yep. He stabbed his own mother in the back. All right. Robinson said, not gonna lie, this is some shitty police work. They wasn't expecting for what they were getting into, or they didn't think it was gonna be like this. Turkey said, this guy is going to start a fire in the house and then have a standoff with the police. Not the smartest move. Like I said, he wanted to die by the insulation of the smoke. That was his whole point of doing that. Turkey, they don't catch the smart ones. Right. Terrible way to go. I agree. It is a horrible way to grow. I don't know who told him dying by smoke insulation is better. It's not. It's gruesome. Like, I don't think people understand choking or suffocating is not the way to go. They don't realize anymore how precious life truly is. I agree, Mary. Yeah. A lot of people don't believe that or know that. Joanne, that pneumonia is getting any better. Oh, okay. Yeah. Check on Miss Joanne for us. I hope she's okay. And gotta secure the scene. Yes, you have to secure the scene. All right, let's go on. Let's go on.
Gunshots were fired out on the street.
Yeah, they're over there. One more shot fired out the house. He's got a pretty good view, and he's got a flare going in there. So if anything, this guy's gonna just fucking walk out and probably just start shooting like crazy.
Oh, that is so sweet of you. Shout out to Robert Robinson, 6845, with the $9.99. He said, I can't let Turkey get all the love. Shout out to you, Robert. Here's some love back to you. Thank you so much for your super chat. I truly appreciate it. I truly appreciate that you're rocking out with me on a Saturday. Truly appreciate your financial support. Thank you so much, dear. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See, now I was giving you love before. I don't know why you acting like I wasn't giving you love, but here's some more love. Here is some more love to you. Thank you so much.
Can I give him some too?
Yes, you can give him some love.
Gracias, Roberto, por tu amor, mi amor. Gracias, gracias. Thank you for your love. Mucho amor.
There you go. You got all the love, Robert. You got all the love now. Thank you so much.
All right, we got flames in the house. 62 more shots fired.
Just before dusk, Jonathan Welch appeared at the front door, wearing only his boxer shorts with his hands up.
Just a guy on the porch on his belly.
What?
Crawl down the stairs.
It was not clear to the officers at that time if he or his father was the shooter. Indeed, Robert Bray Jr.'s encounter after his car accident the night before had resulted in his arrest. He was already known to the responders on scene. It was possible Jonathan was another victim who was a...
Uh-oh, not Turkey coming back. Turkey coming back with another $10. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, sir. Thank you again. He said, hey now, Robert, gonna start that super chart raw here for MJ. Ha, ha, ha. Oh, listen, I love a super chat war. We can get it popping if you want. You know, I know a thing or two about big bank, take little bank. I win all the time. But yo, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Listen. The big bank, big bank, take little bank. I know it all too well, and it got me hated out here.
Yes, I know they hate me too, but it's all right though. It's all right.
Yeah. Listen, let me tell you. Thank you, Turkey.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Robert said, y'all was, I'm just greedy. I'm just yeah, man. Oh, thank you. I truly appreciate it. Not Brucey laughing. Brucey, you've been in the corner this whole entire time. Where you been at, sir? You know I was just joking with you. You didn't have to go in the corner. Let's go on. This is let's see. Yeah, this is sad. It is a lot going on. I think this guy has mental issues, but he's very violent.
But I have a question. What does this have to do with the girl being thrown out of the back of the trunk?
He's a part of it. he unalived her too. That they were just waiting on the autopsy to confirm that the DNA that they found on Sparkle body, he's the person. Yeah. Yeah. I know, right? I know, Turkey. I don't know why Brucey be taking me serious. I just be joking. It's just a saying.
No,
I ain't never sending nobody to the
Brucey is cooking, and Brucey cooks really, really good.
Brucey said, I've been lurking. Oh, you've been cooking. Okay, good. I'm glad that you was cooking. You wasn't in the corner. I mean, you was cooking in the corner, but still, you know. Ooh, fried chicken, mashed potatoes, corn, green beans, cornbread, and turnip greens. You know. Hey, go ahead, Brucey. Go. I like it a lot. Yum. I'm about to finish eating my steak after this. All right, let's go on.
Escaping the smoke-filled home. Flossie's statements made to the first responders on scene that her son had stabbed her were not taken immediately as fact, nor was this information widely shared amongst the responders in the chaos of the standoff.
Crawl into that tree! Yes, crawl into that tree! Yes, keep crawling! Move! Move! Move!
Jonathan crawled across the front yard and onto the street, slowly and cautiously.
Keep moving! Yes, sir, I'm down. Keep moving! Yes, keep coming to me! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Yes, sir. Yep, you're doing a good job, man. Let's go! Yes, sir. Keep coming! Yes, sir. Keep coming! Yes, sir. Keep coming! Yes, sir. Keep coming! Yes, sir. Behind this fire truck! Huh? Behind the fire truck! Let's go! Let's go! Yes, sir. We just want to help you, man. Keep coming! Let's go! Let's go! No, you got a gun on you? No, sir! No? No, sir. Cuff him! Cuff him, sir! Cuff him! Cuff him! Don't make a move. Do not reach for anything in your fucking pocket. No, I will shoot you. He cuffed me. I'm not doing nothing. Don't resist me. Head down. He cuffed me, officer. He cuffed me. Who else is in that house? Who else is in that house? My father and girlfriend. Your father and girlfriend? Who's got the gun? I don't got a gun, sir. Fire! Go ahead, sorry. I was talking to him. I'm sorry.
When Jonathan was securely detained, he told officers that his father was the man with the gun.
In the house. Girlfriend, stepfather. Did the guy arrested last night for heroin?
Yeah, that was him.
Who's got the gun in there?
Yeah, that was arrested for heroin.
Okay. What's his problem?
I don't know.
Okay. Is his name? What's his name again?
Robert Gray.
Yeah, Robert Gray.
Yes,
what's his deal right now?
I don't know.
Is there any more babies in there?
No, I got one son.
All adults?
Yes, I got one son. Is he out? Is my son out?
The baby,
yes,
right? Yeah, he's out. We got the son. All right. You're fine, man. You participated. I appreciate it.
Handcuffed and with police escort, he was sent immediately to the hospital for treatment for smoke inhalation.
He just crawled out of the house. I don't know if suspect or not.
If there's anybody else in there.
He just said it was the father, that old guy that we got. I'm pushing 160 on the heart right now. I can't believe it. I went up and grabbed that kid. And I think that's what's going through my head right now.
So, as you can see, this is a very traumatizing situation for the police officers and himself. He's literally telling you right now on his own cam that his heart is racing at 160, right? So he's pretty much, hyperventilating and trying to catch his breath. He feels hysterical, the fact that he had to grab a kid. The kid was naked, running out of a house that's on fire from the back, and then someone shooting bullets. Very, very traumatic, trauma and triggering experiences that's happening to these police officers, right? So I just want to say, not in every situation, but there is some situation, as in why you can see when police officers do get to a situation where they're no fucking around, just listen. Excuse my French, Miss Joanne, I'm sorry, but it's no fucking around. Do what I tell you to do so we can both be safe and we can both be good. You know what I'm saying? Because if you had all those things happening at once, or possibly someone is shooting and you could have possibly gotten hit, do you want to hear somebody want to give you the whole run around and run down like it's a regular event that's going on out on the street? No, you're gonna just want them to do whatever you need to do so you can assess the situation. Also, I want to point out too, that guy is a liar. The baby father.
Oh, but he's just buying time.
Right, exactly. He's
Buying
already
time.
he set it up. He set it up. He came out there and act like he was the victim. I don't know. It doesn't make no sense for your father-in-law to stab his wife, set the house on fire, shoot and kill your girlfriend, and then shoot himself, but not shoot you. You are the other able-bodied man that's in the house. The only other able-bodied man. Wouldn't he take you out? Excuse me. Wouldn't he take you out first before he take out anybody else? Just think about it.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
But you see,
to,
I told you earlier, nobody's thinking when adrenaline is running like that.
Right. Right. I mean, that's what I'm saying. The police officers, they're eventually going to get into it, right? They're going to think about it and they're going to get into it. But right now, they can't put anything together because he came out, he followed all the rules, right? He did everything that they said, made them comfortable all the way to the T. So now they're appreciative because they were already fucking scared shit crazy from everything that's been happening since they've been on the scene. And it's been about like what, 3 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours so far that they've been dealing with this shit. So he made them very comfortable. So they are appreciative of him right now. They're allowing him to say the story. They're allowing him to say the narrative because they still don't know if they have a shooter in the house. He just came out here and confirmed saying that the father was the shooter and he's still in the house. Not knowing that they don't know that the father's dead. They don't know that the baby mama's dead. All they know is that they had to pick up a naked baby and grab him from the driveway, and that they had a mother with a knife in her back who had to run to her neighbor bleeding to death. That's all they know. That's all the information that they know. So right now, they're not going to look at him as a suspect because he did everything that they told him to do to make them feel comfortable as if they weren't being ambushed or somebody was about to come shoot them in the head while they trying to figure out what's going on in the house. They don't even know at this point that they're talking to the culprit. That there is no living individuals in the house. Those individuals are gone. He killed them before he came out the house. He was a punk. He realized he didn't want to die from smoke inhalation, and he realized that he don't want to be in no gun war with these cops and die in a blaze of bullets. He's a punk. So what did he do? He did the coward move. Pretend that he don't know what's going on. He's a victim too, and what he believes. Dead people can't tell no tales, right?
So he said the father had the gun. Remember?
Right. Dead people can't tell no tales.
That means these poor people couldn't get no help. But do you see how strategic he did everything? You see how he used his head. See, this is the part where these criminals, these people, they not insane when they do stuff. He really thought this out. Like he went out in his undies.
He knew what he needed to do.
And these people can get no help. But he's going to the hospital, everybody. They taking him for smoke inhalation. But he don't tell them, oh, they in the house. See what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Sick. That is pure sickness. Think about it. Pure sickness.
Yeah. This is really bad. It's bad because like I literally know exactly what he did. And he's a coward and he's now going to pin it on his stepfather that he had already executed. And he figured, like, why not him take the bid? Why not him? He's already dead. What is he going to lose? He's might as well take all the crimes. He might as well take all the murders and stuff. But the problem is, he still has his mom, right? His mom was rushed to the hospital. The mom already had let them know that the son stabbed me. The mom let them know that her son was going around killing everybody in the house. So that's the only one good thing, that the mom was able to have enough breath and consciousness to say, my son is bugging the fuck out, and he's excuse my language, Miss Joanne, but he's the one who's going around the house harming people. That's the only thing that can possibly save him, because as of right now, the police officers, they're going to believe him because he followed all the rules and regulations and he made them comfortable while they're distressed. They're going to take his side, like, hey, listen, he was compliant. We always ask for them to be compliant, right? He participated. He did everything that we wanted to do. He kept us at ease. So I'm going to believe him off of face value that maybe what he's saying could possibly be possible. That is the truth. You see what I'm saying? But they got him locked. They have him arrested anyway. They eventually will all figure it out anyway. But that's just, like, to me personally, that's just real grimy. Sweetheart said, I think he's the one that did everything. Yeah, he is. Turkey said, 100% agree. Yeah, he's a coward. Definitely a coward. Good evening, Octavius. It's very good to see you. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Thank you for coming. Turkey said, it wasn't a stupid move, that's for sure. Dude had a plan. He had a whole plan. I mean, I guess you're going to have to be, you're going to have to think and have your head on a swivel when you live in places like that, like in Detroit. And on top of that, in this worst case situation that, with everything that transpired, those police officers would have considered him a threat, and they would have open fired. And they would have every right to open fire because he was already harming people while they were on the scene. So police officers can protect other people, and they also can protect themselves. I think sometimes we leave out that, those scenarios that police officers have the right to do that, right? So if they come on the scene and you shooting up bullets and stuff like that, and you stabbing people, you're a threat to the society. You're a threat to community. Yeah, they have the right to pull out their weapon and shoot you. I mean, it really is what it is. We don't like it, but that's the truth. Let's see. Turkey says, sure, he was hoping the fire destroying the evidence. Yeah, that too. Destroy the evidence, of him, and his DNA on his body, her body, or even on the gun. Right? And then he's hoping that his mama died. Because she, like I said, dead people can't tell no tales. Let's go on.
And I could have fucking popped it.
As the evening wore on, the special response team arrived. The fire department kept a close eye on the flames. After Jonathan emerged from the house, there were no further shots fired, nor movement spotted from within. As the situation remained uncertain, officers stayed in position. The standoff would last roughly 7 hours.
No. I'm starting to think Dad might be dead.
Special response team members began breaking windows throughout the residence for a view of anyone potentially inside. Eventually, teams broke the side windows in the house, gushing water inside and putting an end to both the blaze and the tension on the street.
It's all right, sir. Thank you.
I just want
No
this to be
problem
over
for
with.
letting us know.
In suppressing the fire, the front door was forced open. Just inside the threshold was Zelaya Frazier. She had experienced severe head trauma and was clearly deceased. Her autopsy would find numerous blows made with a hard object, possibly a hammer. 70-year-old Robert was found on the east side entrance on the landing area. This was near to where the fire had been at its strongest. Robert had also quite possibly been struck with a hammer. He had also been stabbed. Investigators speculated that Jonathan had set the kitchen aflame to burn evidence. He appeared to be slightly wet when he left the house, as though he had just taken a shower. Clothing was observed on the stovetop. Detectives recovered the handgun that had been fired at them from the house, a purple and black 9mm. It was Flossie Bray's gun. Flossie remained in hospital for several days following the attack. She was in critical condition and eventually put on life support. She passed away from her injuries days later. 3 days after the massacre at the house on Kenosha, Jonathan was released from the hospital and sat with Harper Woods detectives to speak about the incident. They did not, at first, discuss the murder of Natayla Morse. Jonathan told them that Zelaya and their son had come to live with him weeks before at the house on Kenosha. He also claimed to have a good relationship with everyone prior to their murders.
Now, you indicated that Zelaya and your son Samuel had been living there recently. When did they move back in there? How long have they been staying there?
I got out on the...
You got out on the 8th of July.
The 8th of July.
Which would have been Friday, last Friday?
I didn't get out last Friday. I've been out for a month.
You've been out for a month?
Yeah, I've been at their house for a month.
Oh, okay.
The whole article, everything is just, hold on one second, because they said they arrested me on the 2nd. When they watched me walk away, they arrested me on the 10th.
I don't care about
yeah, so
and again,
I basically got out on the 14th.
Okay.
So if I got out
June.
June
Okay.
14th.
You've been out a month.
Right.
I'm only going by on what a prosecutor told me.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you the facts.
What's your relationship with mom and dad? Pretty good?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What's your relationship with your fiance, Zelaya? You guys pretty good?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
But, so whatever did or didn't happen a month ago, you guys kind of patched that up?
Right,
okay,
correct.
Jonathan provided a bizarre explanation for what had happened inside his parents' house on the day of the attack. His version of events attempted to account for everything: the use of multiple weapons, the knife, the hammer, the gun. He subtly mentioned having showered just before events unfolded. He had no explanation for how the fire was started, however. Jonathan claimed self-defense. His parents were arguing with each other over his father's traffic accident and drug arrest the day before. That spilled over to a physical fight between Flossie and Zelaya over the assault charges against Jonathan. Exiting the shower, he decided to intervene, at which point the scene descended into a sort of family brawl.
He hit me again in my arm with the hammer.
I thought you just said he had a gun.
No.
That don't make no fucking sense. None. Doesn't make no sense whatsoever.
Yo no entiendo por qué ellos están sentados ahí hablando con ese tipo. Why are you even sitting there? Like, he's the only one who crawled out, and you have, like, so they all did that to themselves? Like,
no, he just said self-defense.
Child, listen.
He had the audacity to say that everything he did was self-defense.
I'm gonna go cállate mode. This is crazy.
Like, that's beyond crazy. Because now just remember, you was on the scene and you said it was your dad that did it, your stepfather that did it. Now that you are out of the hospital, you're cleared, health-wise, and you're locked up, and now they want you to talk about what happened. Now you're saying, I had no other choice. You mean to tell me you had no other choice to bash your baby mama in the head with a hammer? You had no other choice to stab your mother in the back? You had no other choice but to bash your stepfather in the head and also shoot him too? And then you had no other choice but to set the house on fire, right? While your kid was in it. Then you thought about it. I don't want my son to burn up, so let my son go. Then you thought about it. I'm a punk, so I don't want to die from smoke insulation, or I don't want to die with the cops pulling a bullet in my head. So let me just go out there, crawl out, and be as submissive as possible for these police officers. And you're trying to say all of that was self-defense. That doesn't make any sense, because not once did you really, I guess that's what he's trying to explain right now, but even with the story himself, if everybody else was squaring up with each other, right? Squabble up. If everybody else was squabbling up with each other and you were in the shower, according to your words, you weren't involved in anything. So why would it become self-defense? And then, outside of other logical things, why not call 911, right? If it's
Are we still in
if it's
Detroit?
an actual fight.
Are we still in Detroit?
Huh?
Are we still in Detroit? Is this the Detroit case?
Yes. I know, Turkey, my bad. I don't know. You guys excuse me with my New York accent sometimes. But it is inhalation, not insulation. My bad, Turkey, my bad.
Not him trying to tell us New York accent.
Listen, I'm sorry. Like, listen, let me confirm.
Tomato, mira, Turkey, go to the corner.
Listen, and let me confirm, not everybody in New York talk like this, okay? Some people talk very, very proper. Sometimes I get a little tongue-tied. My accent is different. I lived in different places, so it all gets, scrambled up from time to time. So I'm sorry about that. I apologize. But yeah, I can't believe it. He's going with the self-defense route. There's no way in hell. You have no wounds on you. You came out butt naked in some boxers. You had no scratches or wounds on you anywhere on your body, not even blood. You wasn't even leaking no blood. You didn't have no cuts or anything. So where was the self-defense? And then, like I said, your mother, before she passed away, she already confirmed that you was around. You was trying to literally get rid of everybody in the house. So I don't know what else he think he's going to say. I don't know why he think that self-defense is going to stick. Just like Sweetheart said, oh, he's stupid. Yeah. Let's hear what else he has to say.
No. Espérate. Detective. I know you're not sitting there really watching this whole entire scene with these two detectives literally trying to sit there and say he was doing self-defense. He came out almost booty naked.
Right. Brucey said, Turkey, notice they never put women in the corner. What? Well, most of the time, the women know how to behave, Brucey. I think this is rigged. What, Brucey?
Hold up. What he said? Wait.
Nah, Brucey tried to start a mutiny. Let me stop.
Brucey, go in the corner with Turkey. Go over there and go have that discussion over there. Go.
I knew Brucey was going to come out and say, what about the women?
What
about Delilahs? All these Delilahs out here.
What's up with these DDs?
Exactly. All right, let's go on.
Oh, he had a gun. He did have a gun. When he pulled the trigger, the gun didn't go off. So when the gun didn't go off, he hit me in my arm with the hammer. When he hit me in my arm...
So did he have a gun in one hand and a hammer in the other one?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
So he hit me in my arm.
What kind of hammer was it?
I don't know the specific hammer. I'm in the bathroom. When I'm in the bathroom, when I scoop his leg and I hit him, we both fall. We fall on top of each other. I hit him again. Once I hit him, that's when I'm crawling out the bathroom. I feel the smoke. So now when I crawl out the bathroom, I'm crawling towards the front door.
Okay. How did this fire start in the house?
I don't know how the fire started. I was just coming back to consciousness. I don't know how the fire started or anything about the fire.
Jonathan's version of events only loosely aligned with the physical evidence recovered from the scene. He could not account for the countless and varied injuries sustained by his family. It was determined that the fire had been purposefully set, even without accounting for the many officers who witnessed it starting and stopping while they observed the scene from a distance.
Your rendition of what happened, Jonathan, and I'm only stating this based on what Zelaya said to us via 911, because she was able to call 911, and your mom said to us specifically when we arrived, and to include me, I was one of the first ones to arrive. Okay? So Delia calls 911 and indicates that she was hiding in a bedroom and can't leave, that your mom was protecting her from you, and you were trying to kill her, and you had a knife.
How my mama protecting her from me and my mama got a licensed gun?
Right, but
that don't make sense.
Analyzing the evidence we recovered from the house. You know, for instance, your mom's gun, the knife, the hammer, the lighters, and all those items I just told you about, Jonathan, the knife that we got out of your mom's back, the purple and black gun, the hammer, and the lighters that we recovered from the living room, every one of those items, Jonathan, has your DNA on them. Every one of them.
Jonathan Welch was charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder. Then, on August 2nd, the DNA results were returned from the testing in the case of Natayla Morse. They had a match. He was a contributor to the samples found inside of the Ford Focus, as well as on her person. Jonathan had a 4th murder charge filed against him. These were in addition to attempted murder charges for firing his mother's handgun directly at 2 officers. On November 1st, 2023, he pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 45 to 70 years in prison.
He held her hostage for hours. He did torture.
My sister was fully naked when she ran out the house and ran to a nearby neighbor house to get help. How do you let somebody out that did that to somebody? How do you let them out?
And she was ready for her new beginning because she was talking about the future a lot.
You ever seen him before prior to all of this?
No, it honestly kind of doesn't really make any sense how they have any connection whatsoever. So did he deserve a bond? No, especially that low. It's absurd. I'm honestly speechless. Definitely needs to become a big major thing because this happens all the time, you know. So much could have been prevented if they would have really looked at the bigger picture. You're a threat to the community. She was the oldest sibling of the 7 of us. She was loving, the most kindest soul you could ever meet. Like, she had drive and she was all about going to work, working on herself, her career. She was really driven to do better.
So, how do you feel about these cases, Ms. Jalen? I don't want us to run into the 4-hour shift. I'm getting a little tired and I'm hungry. So I'm going to stop it at that one. How do you feel about this case? Going over the murder cases of Natayla Morse and Zelia Fraser.
Like I told you earlier, it's sad. And this was what, 2022?
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. It was only a couple years ago.
And if you would push forward, like fast forward, like you got Naziah Harris, they looking for her in Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
The guy pled guilty. You have I think Famika. She's I think in Chicago.
Okay.
I mean, like this what I'm saying. These stories are more and more every day. Like someone is losing their life every single day. Like it's like a lot more, and we're in 2026, in the beginning of 2026.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So it's like we have to be vigilant to what ourselves, like our surroundings, what we are doing. We're gonna have to start taking accountability of what we're doing, but also watch your children. Watch what they're doing on their phones. You know what they're doing. I mean, remember we in a bad crisis where there's no money. People are like really, really struggling. People are losing jobs every single day. And she was inspiring to do things right. And okay, she went down the wrong road. We all do. Like we're not perfect, right? But the thing is that if someone needs help, just help. I know I would. But that's just me. And why is Boosie saying for me to say Chicago again? Did I say it incorrectly?
No, he's just like this. So the way how you say it, you know how Brucey get.
Oh, okay. Because I thought, did I say? Because I was like, you know how we say ask and ask.
Yeah, ask
ask
about it.
Yeah. You know, if I know we can't save the world, everybody, but I know we can take care of the little things one step at a time.
All right. Yeah, that's how I feel pretty much about the story. It was very important to watch. I think it was a very important stream today, even though we try to have our little moments of having fun in the middle of it, because it's very touchy, right? Very touchy and go. So many people lost their lives, right? It's really going, like, even though they framed the video towards Natalia and what is her name? Zayela? Yeah, Zalea. Yeah. Look how many people lost their life. You know, the mom and the father lost their life. You know, they was trying to protect the child, right? Their grandchild. And you know, they didn't want to kill or harm their son, and then their son, look what their son did to them, right? Is and then he literally tried to paint his father as this running around murderer and all this stuff, going on a murdering spree or family murdering spree. It's really sad. Prayers to everybody who lost their life. Prayers to that community. That's hard. You could definitely tell that the victim's family are suffering dearly, especially her sisters and everybody like that. And then we have to keep our prayers up for that young boy, that baby boy. You know, the baby boy don't got parents anymore. The baby boy don't got grandparents anymore. This is like, and then when he gets older to a certain age, he can always look back and see this is what happened to my mother, this is what happened to my grandmother, this is what happened to my grandfather, and this is what my father did. That I see a lot of trials and tribulation that that poor child is going to have to overcome in life, and hopefully he will have the resources and continue to have the love and support from outstanding or extended family to help him in going forward with this world. And shout out to Turkey once again with the $5 super chat. I truly appreciate you, good sir. Truly, truly appreciate you. He said,
but he's gonna stay in the corner.
He said, one more on the way out, trying to buy my way out of the corner. Not you trying to buy your way out the corner. You got to come a little bit more than that, baby boy. You got to just come with a little bit more than that. To get to the corner. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit more with that. Shout out to you. Thank you, Turkey. Thank you, dear. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh,
you know what, Bruce?
Love your accent. He said I go listen to you talk all day. Aww.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you guys. My house. I was born here, right? So in New York, and my family does come from Puerto Rico. And the strangest thing was, I learned English first, and then when I tried to learn Spanish, then this accent. Actually, is not. It's a New York accent, by the way. It's a Bronx accent. It's not really Latina accent.
It's New York.
The New York.
That's what it is. New York. Yes.
It's
very well.
New York accent. Yeah. When I get teased, I speak Spanglish.
Right.
I speak Spanglish. Un poquito, no mucho.
Yep. Turkey said you need to do a go to sleep podcast. They said that they want you to start your own channel. They want you to have your own channel. You need to do a sleep podcast so they can just hear your voice, and they're gonna use it as black noise and white noise and go to sleep. Listen, the man is speaking to you.
Hold on 1 second. So you need to do a go to sleep podcast. What does that mean?
You talk and they use your voice as white noise.
Turkey is my fur baby. I have a fur baby. His name, baby, you want to say hi? Want to say hi? He lift up his head too.
Yes, that's the fur baby. That's Princey.
That's Princey. Princey's my fur baby. He's gonna be 4 years old in April. Yeah, he's a little old man.
He's getting old there. He's getting old there. That's why I see. You see, this is why Princey. This is why me and Princey, we have a connection. We have an unspoken connection. His birthday's in April. My birthday's in April. It was meant to be. It is what it is. We know we know our folks. Okay, we just know our folks. Anyway, thank you so much, Miss Jalen, for rocking out with me. I truly appreciate you. Thank you for coming up here. It seems like everybody enjoyed, you coming up here for this live stream, and I enjoyed it as well. Your commentary. Do you have any final thoughts before I head out?
Sweet dreams, and I don't know what you're talking about. No sleep podcast. What?
They want you to talk, baby, in the middle of the night.
What?
They want that soft voice in the middle of the night, like, yeah, girl, how you doing? Look, that's what they saying. It's not me.
Wait a minute.
It's not me. I'm just referring.
Come here. Good night, Miss Joanne. Good night, my sweetheart, wherever you are. Robert, have a good night at work tonight. Brucey, I love you. You know that. You're my, that's you. Turkey. Mwah. And you know what? No, Miss J. It's going
not gonna be a regular, but I will from time to time bring her up here. Yes, sir.
No. Miss J is gonna go back crawling in her space, and I'll see you guys in the comments. Let Miss MJ do her thing on her way out. You're amazing. You know that, right? I tell you that all the time.
Thank you, Miss J. I appreciate
you. Completely amazing. And it was a pleasure, you guys. And no, you ain't gonna see me for a while.
Thank you again, Miss J. I really appreciate it. All right, everyone. Again, thank you. I appreciate you for rocking out with me. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you decided to rock out with your girl MJ and Miss Jalen for this great live stream. Please go ahead and leave other cases that you want us to review at the end of the comment section. Again, I truly appreciate you. Thanks to everyone, Turkey and Robert Robinson, who supported financially today. I truly appreciate it. Brucey, Miss Joanne, Miss Sweetheart, everyone who came to say hello, Ricardo, Young Riaz, my little bro from UK, Barry, I think he's from UK too. Shout out to everybody who came to come in to just even say hi or just kick it with us for a little bit. Truly appreciate it. I will send out the notification for my next live. If I'm feeling a little good tomorrow, after my workout and everything else I have to do, I might come back and do another live tomorrow, but I'll let you know. I'll put a notification up early so y'all know if I'm coming back for another live. But I appreciate you guys. Y'all have a wonderful night. Enjoy the rest of your night. Be safe. Love on your loved ones, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.